A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs season came to an end on Saturday night as the Knicks came back from another double-digit deficit to win the game 94-90. Despite the finals loss, the Spurs did finish with a pretty impressive season. They had the second-best record in the league, finals appearance, multiple postseason awards, a Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and finalists for MVP and Coach of the Year. They're betting favorites to take next year's title, followed by the Thunder, Celtics, and the Knicks. In college baseball news, the Texas Longhorns fell to the Georgia Bulldogs 7-0. Texas will face Alabama in an elimination game later today at 1 o'clock. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, San Antonio. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal, AJ. Here to my left, staying nice and cool.
One more day in the breach, baby. One more
Mr.
day.
Rob Thompson.
In the wind tunnel. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Robert. Over there on the other side,
Yeah.
technology's best friend, Victor Brown.
Yeah.
Good morning, Victor Brown.
Morning.
How's it going, Bubba?
So far, so good.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
That good, huh?
Well, I beat the rain.
Well, hey, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something.
Any little thing will help right now.
You've had one good thing happen today, you're saying. All right. Well, hey.
My house is getting lit up this morning.
Oh,
Northeast
same.
side is not.
When I woke up, I was like, what is that noise? What's going on? Do you sleep? I guess you sleep with, like, the TV on, don't you?
Not all night, no.
Oh, okay. So
Go to
does
sleep
someone,
with it on, but
does someone turn it off in the middle of the night? Or?
There's a timer.
Okay. We sleep with, like, white noise or brown noise, technically, and, like, the fan in the bathroom, we keep it rolling. Like, it's good to have,
Oh,
like, a
yeah.
little
I have to have that.
background noise. And I couldn't hear either of those things when I woke up this morning because the rain was so freaking loud banging on the window that's all I could hear. So it's raining hard out there, San Antonio. Be careful, or at least it was when we came in.
I think it's going to be a several day kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's we call it Hurricane Brunson has rolled through town
That came and
and
left.
just pissed on our parade is what it's done. That's all it's done.
Man.
Yeah, what a sucky weekend of sports.
Yours was twice as bad as mine, and mine was pretty damn bad.
Oh my god.
What happened?
You know, you when you feel like you've got, and I've never experienced this before, having a team in a team that I'm cheering for in the NBA and the Stanley Cup final. It was like this was awesome. You think at least one of them's got to win, right? No, both of them lose, and both lose in pretty similar, excruciating fashion, finding ways to blow big leads and just crap their pants at any given moment. I won't bore you too much with the hockey. It's over, too. But
I tried, bro. It was not a good game.
it was not.
It was
No,
just-
I mean, well,
I mean,
it was a
just-
no-show.
Yep.
Vegas no-showed in the game last night. But let's go back to Saturday when the Spurs get closed out on their home floor. Or was it their home floor? I know the building is in San Antonio.
Hey, I have a very close familiar friend who made $32,000
By selling their seats or betting against the Spurs.
the first one.
Oh.
I don't blame.
I don't blame them
I'm
either.
not mad at you, man. That bought their tickets for next year.
I mean, yeah.
So, hey, I am indifferent on that. I know that there's some anger out there. I get it. But if it was you, I question what you would have done too.
Yeah. No,
So,
I ain't mad at you.
And you know who it went to? Well, I can't say because you know who it was.
Yeah.
But it was a star.
A star.
Star.
There was a lot of them here. And they all got to celebrate as the Knicks knock off the Spurs in the dream run that the Spurs had. And there's plenty of blame to go around, but this was, at the end of the day, the same story we've seen kind of any time the Spurs have struggled all season long. It was you can point to one quarter of the game that didn't go their way. The Spurs are the 36-minute champions of the world. This
is one of those things that, yes. And while the celebration and all the New York story is great, the mere fact that we're still, that the Nationals are talking about Jalen Brunson and who he is and whether he's worthy and all of the stuff that Jalen Brunson either deserves or doesn't, tells you that while the Knicks were pretty impressive at 4-1, that anybody who watched this series knows, anybody. I mean, first, there's at least one game that'll go down in the annals of all time as the biggest collapse, but to have a collapse like that meant at one point you had a 29-point lead over the new world champions.
Yeah.
That in every game, you had a double-digit lead in the second half. Every game. So anybody that saw it will remember the Knicks and the great run, and certainly they will fade away what actually happened in these finals in the game. The fact is they won the games. The fact is they were. But if I'm a Spur, this is the bitterest, kick in the nuts, sourest, worst feeling I could ever have. Because I know for most of this series, I was better. I just didn't know how to do it. This is what I hope it rots in their very core for the next 6 months, because it will be for me, because I have to listen to the Knicks and all the talk about this historic playoff run, and I know what I saw. I know what I saw. And it was a team that, yes, they won. They were a better team, but the Spurs lost it. The Knicks did not win it.
I don't know that I take it that way, because you know what? The Knicks know how to win.
Yes, no, all of that. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Knicks, because they beat a team that was not prepared for the lights. In everything, there's a reason why they won. But I can also look at it going, dude, if we had just done this but for that, and I can do that for every game. Go, if I had just seen Dylan Harper the last 4 minutes, if Wemby just would have made 2 free throws, we're talking about 4 or 5 plays that literally changed the game. 2 different games, 4 or 5 plays. So you go back and you're sitting there going, well, it was a great season and all that, but if I'd have just done the right thing 4 times, this would have been going to Game 7.
Rob, we talked a lot about going through the steps. And
you're right, and this is the step that they didn't pass. What I'm saying is I hope this rots, because this is one of those things that you'll never get closer than this and not win it. You'll never be this close and not win it. Now, you might get here and get your ass whooped, but you'll never get this close, because you didn't get your ass whooped. You gave the games away.
Yeah.
You know, and again, this is a footnote in history. In a month, no one's going to remember how you lost. All we're going to remember is that you did lose. I hope that these 6-7 guys, they're going to play a role in the season next year. I hope those 6 or 7 guys are sick to their frickin' stomach. I hope it's soured to the point where they can't sleep, they're losing weight, because they know. But 4-1, there ain't no getting around that, man. You just got
That's
pants.
what people will remember in the long run. Is the Knicks in 5.
What they should remember.
Gentleman's sweep.
But those didn't even feel that gentlemanly,
No.
Because just the fact we're just talking about people selling their tickets, I just felt like it was going to be so freaking hard. And they did that. They did all they could with the little knowledge they had, and that goes all the way down to the coaching staff. They did all they could with the little knowledge they had.
Yeah.
Can we trade Fox?
No, you can't trade De'Aaron Fox.
Everybody settle down. Everybody settle down.
De'Aaron Fox, I don't think is going to go anywhere. But listen, De'Aaron did not redeem himself. I kept hoping he'd have a redemption game. He did not.
Nothing.
Quite frankly, Wemby, outside of the game that they won, Wemby was pretty bad in this series.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your star players have to show up and be stars. Game 5 was probably the best example. I don't know that anybody scored a point for the Knicks besides Jalen Brunson in that game. It was like he said, "I'm putting on my Superman cape and I'm just going to do the whole thing."
And impressive as it was. I mean, he dominated the game when he could.
It was. Listen, man, it's a tough pill to swallow. Nobody wanted to see the Spurs go down like that. I was bummed because it was so. The energy in the city was such a high that I would have loved to see what it would have come to, but it's just going to have to wait. And
now,
again,
how we get there,
first of all,
is going to be an interesting ride. I'm not ready to debrief yet. I still got a little bit of sour grapes, but
there's a simple debrief. You run it back.
No, you never run it back. Teams that run it back, I'm saying you run about 85% of this back.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody who was on the floor.
Oh, I'm not saying cut people. No. I mean, there's some guys we know are going to be gone, and we know exactly what we need to go get. And there's going to be at least one additional consistent player added, whoever that might be, that's going to play 10 to 12 minutes a game. We're going to get somebody like that. Now, I don't know what position that's going to be. And there's also going to be, at some point, a rookie that finds himself some more playing time as he ages into a position. And I don't know which position that'll be. I hope it's a big, but we'll see. But standing pat is a death nail. You have to evolve because people are now aiming at you too. I mean, they're also going to find the Wemby stopper. They're also going to go figure out a way to stop these three guards, and they're going to go find dudes to do that. So you have to adjust as well.
But it's a tough pill to swallow when all the guys who carried you throughout most of this season nutted up, quite frankly, late in these playoffs. And Dylan Harper was by far the best Spur in these playoffs, in the finals, by far.
I think so, and I think De'Aaron Fox's play certainly cast a big old shadow over Steph Castle's big old goose egg.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bad cooks that added into this meal, and some of it I attribute, most of it, it's just youthful ignorance. It was, and again, as mad as I am at certain players and De'Aaron Fox, I'm also mad at the coaching staff. That was a pretty pitifully coached series.
Yeah.
There's in every game, there was at least one or two instances where you could go back and go, are you sure that was a good idea?
But again, it was his first time too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What I mean? Youthful exuberance and ignorance all combined to what should have been, could have been, will never be.
Well, and it's also, you know what, you could say it's really easy to be a bad coach when your MVP candidate,
I'm not mad at that.
Your most expensive player, your sixth man of the year, all of them basically no-show the finals.
Your sixth man was useless for most of the. Yeah, there's that, but then there's the 10 minutes with your guard sitting on the bench, and there was, and the insistence on using the other guys. There were some defensive matchups that I thought were a little awkward at first. When Wemby finally settled in on Carl, it worked out.
Yeah.
Cat was basically eliminated. So I'm mad at Wemby.
After the first 2 or 3 games.
I mean, they settled in, so there's some things that were fixed. But at the end of the day, I think everybody I hope they just got a sour taste. Like, God,
I got a feeling
we can't make any more mistakes than we did. We literally cannot screw this up any more possible with the 29-point being the framed. Boy, I'd put that in the locker room. I'd put that score. I'd put everybody's face. I'd hang that in the locker room. I don't want you to ever forget that. Ever.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be forgetting anytime soon. All right, we'll keep talking about this game. We can take some feedback from you guys as well. Autopsying the Spurs season today on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like it's going to be a messy morning commute due to the rain. Please just be very careful as you head out and about. Already accidents coming in. 1604 eastbound, that connector to northbound 281. Connector ramp blocked with a wreck. I-10 westbound Santa Clara, this wreck is both main lanes blocked. A closure at Nacogdoches just under Wurzbach Parkway. And already getting reports of some ponding water, some flooding on I-10 frontage road westbound between Medical over to Wurzbach. And in New Braunfels, 35 northbound just past Engel, got a new accident, 2 left lanes blocked. Going to be a very dicey morning commute. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Diamond Tea.
Go ahead.
Sip into summer with Red Diamond. Fresh brewed with just 3 simple ingredients. Tea, water, and sugar. Always cold and ready in the refrigerated section. Red Diamond Fresh Brewed Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Hey guys, it's AJ, and between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little bit off. You're tired all the time, your energy's low, and maybe your drive isn't what it used to be. A lot of that can come down to low testosterone. That's why I want you to give a call to Game Day Men's Health, Alamo Ranch on Wiseman Boulevard. They understand what guys are dealing with, and they make the process so easy. The office has a relaxed man cave vibe. Everything starts with a free testosterone test done right there in their in-house lab. After that, you'll meet with a licensed provider to create a custom treatment plan designed for you. And here's the best part, you can start treatment the same day. After a month, you'll be noticing more energy, a better mood, and a boost in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. After a month, you can notice more energy, a better mood, and a boost in your libido. Give them a call, 830-376-9100. 830-376-9100. 830-376-9100 for Game Day Men's Health, Alamo Ranch.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Stone Oak? Head to Doghouse Beer Garden for the best gourmet all-beef hot dogs, handcrafted sausages, and premium smash burgers, all on grilled King's Hawaiian rolls. And check out their brand new menu. Watch all the games at Doghouse Beer Garden, Stone Oak. It's a full-service bar and grill with 24 rotating craft beers on draft, plus wine and signature cocktails. Open late for summer at Stone Oak Parkway in 281. See for yourself why this is where being in the Doghouse is fun. The Doghouse Beer Garden in Stone Oak.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
You know, I watched Game 5 on my phone, which wasn't ideal, but was what it was. And I was going back and forth with my son about it, and I was like, are the Spurs really going to blow this whole thing again? Yep. And he was like, He said it felt like it was a close. He said it felt like it's been this way since the end of the first quarter. Like the game had been like when the first quarter ended and the Spurs had a 10-point lead. He said as soon as they started the second quarter, it felt like it was constantly a 2 or 3 point game.
The Knicks were playing so badly that the leads just should have been bigger. And I think everybody going into halftime went,
they didn't take advantage of the Knicks'
they
bad
played
start
so badly. We should have 15-20. And then that 5-point swing to close out the second quarter, which gave them what was a 10-point lead, a 5-point lead.
Yeah.
You walked in, you're like, we're only up by 5 after all this crap. Now, to the Spurs' credit, they came out in the third quarter, and we had our own 5-point play to bounce it back up to 10. So they did react well enough to it, which was both good and bad. It was kind of like we took a nibble on the lure and we let it out. Like, oh, okay, we're not going to lose. We spit the lure out. We're going to continue to fight and maybe get there. But there was just never enough. We did just barely enough to keep the lead, but you knew if the Knicks could put something together, it would break us. And eventually they did, and it broke us.
It also felt like, and there's no facts behind this. This is just what I was seeing, so it felt this way. This was the vibe I was feeling. Every time there was an important free throw, it felt like the Spurs missed.
Oh, that one, yeah.
It felt like, okay.
Well,
like, this can work. All they got to do is make these. Oh, my God.
Wemby had another opportunity.
Wemby had something. Dylan, as great as Dylan was, the free throw shooting in key moments was rough. It just felt like every time the opportunities would present themselves, and it was kind of throughout the series. Every time an opportunity would present itself for the Spurs, they would spit in its face.
Yeah, you came up short, and Game 5 was as much a Game 4 as it was Game 3. The collapse is what everybody's going to remember, but it was pretty indicative of the entire series. That no matter when it came down to it, but for a game. We couldn't find either the play or the effort or the decision-making to get it right. On the other side of that, as badly as Victor played, think of the effect he had on every game. So he played terribly.
Sure.
But at the end of the game, at the end of this series, you still go back. I watched the game again. I tried to watch it without the sound on just to see what was happening. And Wemby was gassed. Castle was cooked. Those guys were emotionally done. And as much as Wemby tried to will it and Keldon tried to will it, you could tell that what we saw as fans, that's exactly how the players felt. They just felt like you could just tell they were kind of stuck in mud, like we just can't get out of our own way.
I mean, there is a credit to Wemby that, with the exception of Game 4, where I think Wemby was bad all over the floor in Game 4. Like, I thought defensively he was pretty bad in that game because I think he was just gassed. But even on Wemby's bad days, he's on one side of the floor. He is still going to be just a force.
So absolutely magnificent, some of the things that we're able to get away with as a team. And that's going to allow that ability for Wemby to do that, the nopes that occur now, is going to allow the Spurs, I think, to be creative in the offseason because they've got a guy that can do a lot of different things, and for good, bad, or indifferent, that jack of all trades is going to continue for a minute or two because there's more things that are going to have to come for him. If we want Wemby to do what we want Wemby to do, he's going to have to put on 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I think he knows it. We know it. Everybody in the league knows it. There's just the way that the NBA is going to, or the referees are going to allow the NBA to play him is so absolutely physical when it comes to the playoffs. Now, in the regular season, he might be able to get 45 a night, and if you breathe on him, he's shooting free throws. But we saw the pattern. We know what the NBA is going to do to him when the playoffs begin, and that is just to be as rough as possible and expend every possible foul and hope he goes flagrant or hope he gets gassed. Either way, they win. So Wemby now knows, for me to be great, this is what I'm going to have to be. And even if he wanted to become that, he's such a young kid. There's still a couple more years of just manness coming to him. But he's not going to be a post-up skyhook guy next year. He's not. He might add a bit of a shot. He might. But there's so much more to what he's going to have to be. Now he knows where he's going to have to go. And it could be another direction, bro. It could be, you know what? I'm never going to be a paint player. I'm going to be a face the basket, dribble to the rim, fade away, and you guys are going to have to go.
Kristaps Porzingis.
I'm going to be a 7'5" wing. I hope that's not it. I hope that's not it. But I'll tell you, if I was him, going into the paint is taking my own life into my hands. They're allowed to do everything possible to me.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of lessons learned from this. I think that Wemby is probably going to walk away realizing, like, and I know it's going to be hard for him to keep weight on. Because didn't he come into this season bigger?
Yeah, he had a little bit of definition. Yeah,
and then, that was the big talk. Was like, oh, he's coming in with some weight on him, and then like by the 15, 20 games in, that weight was gone. Which, I mean, I would say there's nothing you can do, but I do feel like the Spurs have people who are.
I think we're going to do everything possible, but even the monumental change in his body still won't allow him to go down and be in a position to bang with Karl Anthony Towns 7 straight games and still be fluid offensively and wither the fouls and do all those things, which he missed free throws at the end of the games because he was freaking exhausted. I mean, he could just, those deep breaths got longer and longer as the game went, and that's not going to change.
Eric says he needs to spend time with Nowitzki. I would love to see him model his game after him. Yeah, I would hate that.
I think he's going to be a lot of things, and he's going to continue. We know he worked with Elijah Wan. I think he even worked with Dirk for a minute, and I think he'd be remiss if he didn't.
From Dirk.
Well, I mean, Dirk did have a patented move that got him through 18 years and 20,000 points, so I would like to have him patent something, and then nobody did anything more than Dirk or Kareem. But
I just don't want it to be that.
Well, again,
work with Kareem. That's a good name. Work with Kareem.
Well, I mean, we forget that Kareem took the same abuse that Wemby does. You're soft, you don't rebound, you just take sky hooks and watch it. So, I mean, everybody has their idiom. He's going to have to become something, but the good news is we know what he is. He now knows ain't enough. Even though it's impressive and he can put numbers up, you're going to lose a lot of basketball games when you can't play the last 8 minutes with full energy.
It's not just him. All of them
absolutely. But I think everybody else will just become what they're going to become. They just got to learn. Wemby now knows not only do I need to learn from the neck up, my body has to change.
Yeah. And I think his mindset has to change too.
Well, that's and some of that I'm going to hope that he grows out of it. Some of it I think is just natural Frenchness that never going to go away. And some of it was just ignorance.
All right, we'll continue this conversation on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like it's going to be a messy morning commute due to the rain. Please just be very careful as you head out and about. Already accidents coming in. 1604 eastbound, that connector to northbound 281. Connector ramp blocked with a wreck. I-10 westbound Santa Clara, this wreck is both main lanes blocked. A closure at Nacogdoches just under Wurzbach Parkway. And already getting reports of some ponding water, some flooding on I-10 frontage road westbound between Medical over to Wurzbach. And in New Braunfels, 35 northbound just past Engel, got a new accident, 2 left lanes blocked. Going to be a very dicey morning commute. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Luxe Boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with the shredded beef dipping taco. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinigle here for DraftKings Sports. Did you know that DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us right here in Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Texas. Whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or late at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms DKNG.co/predictions promo.
Soccer fans, you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. From World Cup to baseball to all the fights, get into the Roo Pub. And when you show up at the Roo, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
He's a veteran. He signed up to vettix.org. She's in the military. She's a member. They are members of Vettix. Thank you, Vettix. When you give your extra tickets or donate to vettix.org or firsttix.org, you are giving something to those who gave. He's a firefighter. He signed up to firsttix.org. She's an EMT. She's a member. They are members of First Tix. Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to those currently serving and veterans, the immediate families of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes and help them re-engage with American life by giving them free, fun experiences and new happy memories that'll last a lifetime. And now, we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
You know, it was one hell of a season for the San Antonio Spurs, but man, the wounds of losing in 5 games in the NBA Finals are still there. We'll start the healing process Monday on The Blitz, plus Joe Reiniger returns from his vacation. The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I need free coffee. Today's the day. I need some free stuff. I'm downhearted.
There's no joy in Mudville.
Yeah, I'm downhearted. Hope springs eternal, but I am downhearted today.
I got Krispy Kreme coffee.
I'm taking my life into my hands.
Oh no!
I'm going down a road I've never gone before, AJ.
Is that bubble gum?
This is what it does. It tastes like liquid bubble gum.
Rob's drinking a C4 energy drink, which first of all, they do taste really good.
That's dangerous.
The thing is, though, when's the last time you took
a bowel movement?
No, like took a pre-workout.
I've never had a pre-workout, to my knowledge.
Oh,
that's what that is.
That would require working out.
You're gonna be itching like a crackhead in about an hour.
Oh, God.
Maybe not even that.
Maybe
Let's
I won't
see.
finish.
No, just finish it. Just chug it.
I'm not going to do
You'll
that.
have the energy you need.
I'd say by 7.
I got a brunch date today.
Good luck.
With Famous?
Famous James and I, we're having brunch. We're
Yeah.
having a soccer brunch today.
You guys are hanging out, watching Spain play a made-up country that doesn't even exist.
Who are they playing? The
Cape Verde.
Verdeans?
Yeah, made-up place.
I am such an ugly American.
Why?
Because
you don't know where Cape
I only
Verde
have
is?
the vaguest idea. I think that's down there. It's on Africa, right? It's the African coast. I think it's down.
You're asking me like I know. I'm not a scientist.
I think it's
Rob.
over there on the backside over there.
Cape Verde is among the least populous countries in Africa. Let's see, where are you at on a map, Cape Verde? Yeah, it does appear to. Oh, it's like a.
Oh my God!
It's over on the backside, right?
Yeah, it's on our side.
It's on our side.
But it's an island nation off the coast of Senegal.
Yeah.
God, it's actually quite nice.
I mean,
the pictures.
It looks really nice.
Fabulous. The Cape Verdeans. Hopefully, they'll show up more than the Curaçaoians. And if you're a nation named after a liquor, you're probably a pretty nice place to live.
Not bad.
Just can't play footy.
Well, I think things will probably go poorly for Cabo Verde, as it's
That's
pronounced.
what they call themselves, the Cabo Verdeans.
Yeah.
And when did Turkey change the spelling of their country? When did it become Turkey?
I think it's always been that. The Americans. That ain't how you spell turkey.
Turkey.
Mama spelled it turkey. I'm going to spell it turkey.
Turkey. E-Y, not
That's right.
I-Y-E with a weird little dot.
That's right. Have you watched any World Cup?
I've watched basically one a day. I watched the Team USA just romper stomp.
And you watched the entirety of that game?
I did. I mean, it was on.
Okay.
But, I mean, it was fun because we were kicking ass and taking names. Then I watched I watched the Netherlands-Japan yesterday.
Okay.
Which was actually kind of fun. I watched another one.
It was a tie, right?
It was a tie, but the Japanese tied it with like 2 minutes to go.
I feel like in the World Cup there shouldn't be ties.
I guess I accept it just because I was tired of watching it. So yeah,
it's
call
fair.
it. I'm done.
It's over.
90 minutes. In fact, you keep adding more time on. I thought I was done at 90. But no, I wasn't upset with the tie because the Japanese got to leave happy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those dudes were overjoyed, and those little dudes worked their ass off. So no, it was soccer's not a hard watch. It's just it's hard to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's hard to for me. It's hard to be involved in the whole game and
I can't stare at it constantly because so little happens. But it's a perfect background thing to have on because you just judge the crowd.
It's like baseball.
Yeah,
like
pretty
baseball
much.
is a sport. Baseball's a great sport to watch live. Like if you're hanging out with a buddy.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to be right on it
to drink beer and eat hot dogs and.
But at least in baseball, I can marvel at the slider. I can marvel at the pitch. Where in soccer, boy, there might be 10 minutes where nothing happens.
I just mean it's not like if you go to an NFL game, you always feel like
if I
get up and go get a beer, I'm going to miss something really important. Where in baseball, it's like I don't even think about it. I just
I'll be right back. I'm going to
go
even
grab
a play.
something. Yeah.
No, it's an easy background thing. I can see the momentum building for this just because the fans are just ridiculous. At least at the games I saw. Now I did see some reports there were some empty buildings, but I know in Dallas yesterday that was nuts. And the LA game the San Francisco game was pretty crazy too. So. I could see the momentum building with all these Quidditch teams bouncing from city to city because it looks like these dudes are here to stay. Like they packed the lunch. They're going to be here for a month.
Yeah, they're enjoying it, man. Enjoying our fine nation and all the cuisine and all the. What I've noticed Euros are most impressed with is Buc-ee's.
I've been seeing that on social media. The Euros and Buc-ee's.
Very impressed.
Freaking astounded by it
with Buc-ee's.
That's a gas station.
Wow.
Wow. You haven't seen the weed store in Vegas?
Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Bubba.
You can get weed and a tattoo.
Yeah.
And your Uber will wait for you.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I saw a couple minutes of the USA game. I saw the very start of the USA game where who were they playing? Paraguay. Scored an own goal right out of the gate,
off his foot.
And it's like, well, all right, you're the biggest moment of your life, and you kicked it in on the wrong team. Wow, awesome.
Get ready.
Yeah, good luck back in Paraguay.
And that's how it's. I mean, how many people live in Paraguay? I mean, you got to figure that 4-1 is about what I would have hoped, even with their own goal. It's as we would have expected. I would like to think.
Let's see. Paraguay is. You know what the capital of Paraguay is?
Tegucigalpa.
Asuncion. How did you not know that? Asuncion. Of course, it's Asuncion.
Now, are they Central or South America? They're Central.
They're Central. Yeah, they're smashed between Brazil and Argentina.
So they're at the very bottom of Central America.
I
think that's South America.
It's about no. Oh yeah, it's South America.
Yeah, not Central.
It's South or it's Central of the continent of South America.
Okay,
I'm sorry, it's not Central America. It's in the center of South America.
So they're landlocked in the mountains.
Yes.
In the middle of South America.
Borders Bolivia to the northwest and north, Brazil to the northeast, and Argentina to the southeast, southwest, and south. It is population. 6.4 million.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's what I'm saying. So 4-1. It's like Houston taking on.
Yeah. Houston taking on Dallas.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I figured there was more people there than that. All right. Well, I got nothing for them then. Hey, good try, boys. Good. How about that? Good try. But maybe don't kick it in off your own
And it was kind of like a grazing shot. He didn't see it coming. We probably would have scored anyway. We had 2 guys behind him, but yeah.
No. What are you going to do? All right, enough World Cup talk for the day. We'll get back into the Spurs. There's one common everybody's angry. I get it. Everybody's angry at De'Aaron. Everybody's angry at Mitch.
Everybody's mad at everybody.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for De'Aaron Fox. I do think that we may find out that De'Aaron's injury is not nearly healed.
Well, I know if I was his agent, that's what I'd be saying.
Oh, it'd be the only thing you can say.
No, but I don't. I'm not mad at De'Aaron's shooting. Some people get the yips, man. I'm mad at his decision making.
Yeah,
that's that. At the end of the day, that's the important thing. The reason you're here is to make the right decision at the right time. It just wasn't enough of that.
Yeah, my beef with him was, again, I think he was hurt. But
yeah, and that matters.
We saw that they need him on the floor. And I get that, but being on the floor doesn't mean that you have to be the primary shot taker either. Like, the reason why they needed him on the floor was they needed someone to handle the ball full time. But that doesn't mean that you just go out there and try to turn into Steph Curry.
And, yes, you're Mr. Clutch, and you had a lot of open shots, but you have to read the room. And some of that is on him. Some of that is Mitch. Mitch, sometimes you got to step up and make the order. Look, dude, Dylan gets the ball on the inbounds. That's just from here on out, Dylan gets the ball on the inbound. And some of that is Dylan's got to be in the game. Some of it is he's got to be told. Some of it is Dylan taking control and saying, I got the ball. All those things have to play into it. It can't be just, it's not just one. But all those things, I think, are going to go into that big hopper, things that are imminently fixable if you're willing and able to put your ego aside, because there's going to be some ego swallowing coming up. I don't know where Keldon's going to have to work. I don't know. Devin Vassell might be going to the bench if the future looks like what I think is going to happen. There's going to be some ego swallowing and some acceptance of different roles as the Spurs continue to grow into the title team that we expect them to be.
Yep. There's going to be changes. I don't think there's going to be sweeping, massive changes that everybody's wanting. I certainly don't think that your biggest contract is going to be moved over the offseason.
No, he's not only not going to be gone, he's still going to play a huge role on this team. What are you talking about?
But there is going to be a lot of discussion about how Dylan Harper fits into this thing, because Dylan Harper doesn't fit in as as a guy who's giving you some energy off the bench anymore.
After what Devin said at the post-game presser, which opened the door to something I didn't know.
Well, we'll get into we'll get into that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday.
Play ball!
Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Arasti, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. As a mom, I want my kids to have full bellies, big dreams, and all the energy in the world to chase them. That is what I want for all kids. But right now, millions of kids in America are living with hunger. That means too many children are going without the meals they need to thrive. And that's just not okay. But the good news is this is a problem that we can all solve. No Kid Hungry works every day in schools, in communities, and during the summertime to make sure kids have healthy meals all year round. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. So let's do this. Let's give all the kids the chance to grow up healthy and strong.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
You like the gum bottom or the regular?
Yeah. I'm a again. I've said before, Air Force Ones look a lot better than they feel. It's you got to be willing to sacrifice comfort for style.
Oh yeah.
And I sacrifice style for comfort 9 times out of 10.
I'm of the age. I'll never wear Air Force Ones again.
Yeah.
I'll never put on a life vest again.
My son took I went to the mall yesterday.
Oh God. Which one?
North Star Mall.
All right.
I don't remember the last time I was at a mall.
Did you buy some face cream?
No.
Face cream.
He needed jeans.
So where does a young man of his age go to buy jeans?
We went to a couple different stores. The store
is it a department store and like a jeans store?
It was like a one of the stores we hit was PacSun.
All right.
There's another store called I think it's called Tilly's. So my 14-year-old is very into the. He's like a little bit of a skate punk.
So the wide leg jeans.
Yeah,
everybody's wearing it.
And he like that.
I don't think that look that bad.
It's the jeans that I wore.
Well, they're not quite as big as those, thank goodness. But they're getting close.
But he needed to get jeans, and I was like, "Do you want to get some shorts?" You know? He's like, "Yeah, I don't really wear shorts." I was like, "Dude, we live in a world where you should probably be wearing shorts damn near every day of the summer."
And the thing is, I fought my whole life to be able to wear shorts to work.
Yeah.
I mean, my entire adult life was, what do I got to do to stop wearing a tie? How can I get out of that? Why would you want to wear jeans?
I don't understand it.
June the 7th.
I don't understand why he is so I think he's of the age where he he's real worried about what people think of
I'm not
his.
worried about the
his-
14. It's the 25-year-old that's like that doesn't need to wear jeans but will just put on jeans.
Yeah, it is an odd choice. I mean, I don't mind wearing jeans when it's weather appropriate.
If I'm going from car to office to car to house, yeah, I don't mind that. But that doesn't happen very much in my life.
But to be opposed to shorts is like something that I can't even imagine. Like I could have the chickenest chicken legs, and it don't bother me none.
So you're getting your boy shorts or jeans at the beginning of summer?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, do you? Well, he's like outgrown all.
Well, the thing is, he's going to still be growing.
I
3 months
know.
from now.
I'm fully aware, but it's
Shoot, I'm going to turn you those shorts those pants that are high waters. Guess what? Now they're shorts.
Well, the problem is he is of a size that is, and I had the same problem when I was his age.
You can't buy the age-appropriate clothes because you're too big.
He's too tall to fit into like kid clothes, but too skinny to wear appropriate adult size clothes. So he actually has to buy he's probably like a 26 waist, 27 waist, but he's like a 33 inseam. So he's got to you've got to find some compromises for him, and
especially in the type of pants he wants to wear.
Yeah,
dude, you could find plenty of Levi's that'll fit fine.
So, but yeah, he ain't looking for that.
No.
He ain't looking for that. So
I
he's just got to get pants that are a little too big for him.
Did you get yourself something? Did you buy a little?
No.
You didn't go shopping?
No.
You didn't.
I'm not a.
Did you go to the Genius Bar and look at the Apple stuff?
No.
Did you get did you get a cookie? An ice cream
no.
cone?
I got him his stuff, and I got out of the mall as fast as I could.
Next time you're in North Star, one of the best gyros in all of San Antonio is in their food court.
Really?
I'm not kidding. There's a Greek place in the food court that is, and it's straight up, they're Greek. This is their restaurant. It just happens to be in the food court.
Okay.
And it's a top 3 gyro. Straight up lamb off the bone, man.
Man, that was a place, one of my favorite gyro places in Houston. Like you think, I mean, in Houston, there's a bunch of these places, but my favorite one was like literally in a gas station.
I'm telling you.
It's like you go in and the guys are all grumpy in there, and
it's all about the tzatziki, tzatziki sauce. Anyway, next time you're there, go get a gyro.
Okay.
That's whenever I'm in North Star, that's the reason I'm there.
Yeah, I parked the car. We went in. We hit 3 stores, and once we hit the quota of jeans I was looking for, I got out of there.
Time to hit the streets, man. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I worked in North Star when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was a mall rat.
Where'd you work?
I worked at Genghis Formal Wear.
Oh,
I rented tuxedos.
Oh man! Well, I wish you wish you worked there now. Got that employee discount.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice. I'm not even sure Genghis is still around.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not. I doubt it.
But my whole life revolved around North Star Mall. The social scene in the mall back in the early '80s was pretty incredible.
Wasn't
good
there
life.
Al's tuxedo too?
That was our arch competitor. We
Yeah.
hated those sons of bitches.
Oh,
And Rex, Al, hated those sons of
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah.
little competition.
Went to the streets. It was like Anchorman bar fights.
In bow ties.
We'd show up at the food court with barbed wire wrapped baseball bats, and chains.
Dressed in tuxedos.
And just.
Hey, is the Cowboy store still on the
Cummerbund.
second floor of North Star?
I didn't go to the second floor.
No?
Up the escalator right on the right.
Yeah. I haven't been to North
Yeah,
Star in a minute.
like we got in. I looked at the map.
Yeah.
And we pointed at 3 stores. 3
Oh,
stores
you don't need
wanted
a
to
map.
check.
Just start walking.
You just start walking. The
No,
thing
no.
about North Star now has become a Middle Eastern bazaar. There are so many kiosks and dudes selling.
Well, that's every mall
spinning
is that.
I guess that's true. Spinning helicopters and face cream and
Did you get the
knockoff sunglasses.
knockoff sunglasses.
the metal debit card.
phone cases.
Yeah.
Man, the knockoff sunglasses guy is so aggressive.
They're all aggressive, bro.
Come over here. Let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick.
Yeah, I got some Flokleys here. You want some Flokely?
No, but we
No.
looked. We went to the 3 stores. The first store we went to, he tried the jeans on. He was like, I don't like the way these fit, and so we left that store.
Okay.
And then the next 2 were a success. And I said, you know what? We gone. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
You're a good man for doing that too.
like-
my son would have waited if I was like, I'll just wait till mom takes me.
Well, the thing is,
I ain't going shopping with dad.
the thing is,
I'm in and out.
Hey, let's go. No,
Let's
I
do
go.
this.
very more like 99% of the time. And the reason we don't go to the mall is because we just buy everything online. But because of his growth stuff like I love I love shopping online. It's so easy. It's so convenient. I don't need to like see things to know if I want it or not.
Well, you have an established size.
Once you know your size,
it's easy.
But
kids' sizes are changing.
The thing I hate the most about online shopping is returns. Yeah. And I don't want to deal with it. So I said, no, you're going to go try stuff.
I have a wife.
Yeah, well, yeah. That would be a move, too. All right. We got 1 hour down, 3 to go. We'll be talking more Spurs. We've got more sadness to get over. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechanger.
Do you know who the thief in the finals is? If you do, you could get your share of $1 million. That's right, $1 million sitting in a pot. You pick the player who walks away with the most steals in the series. Your picks don't even have to win. Just back the right thief. And if your guy wins it, you get a share of $1 million pot. How about that? You pick your player every game, including their steal stat. When the series ends, the steals leader gets crowned, and the pot gets split equally amongst everyone who called it. Simple as that. The more finals games you pick, the bigger your share. It's less a prediction and more of a vibe, so trust yours. I'm going to go with Victor Wembanyama. Maybe him, maybe Dylan Harper. I'm not sure yet. Maybe you know. If you do, get down at Underdog. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. The 9 a.m. staff meeting? How about breakfast burritos and lots of coffee? Big client presentation at noon? Let's do Mediterranean bowls. Accounting's gotta work late. Keep them pepped up with spicy noodles. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Please be very careful as you head out and about. We've got flooding pretty much all over the place. 90 westbound Couples, new accident here, left lane blocked. Accident 35 northbound at Schertz Parkway, left lane. 1604 eastbound, the connector to northbound 281, the connector ramp blocked with an accident. And Nacogdoches northbound just under Wurzbach, still working that wreck. Again, a lot of flooding, a lot of ponding water, so please be very careful as you head out and about this early morning. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs season came to an end on Saturday night as the Knicks came back from another double-digit deficit to win the game 94-90. Despite the finals loss, the Spurs did finish with a pretty impressive season. They had the second-best record in the league, finals appearance, multiple postseason awards, a Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and finalists for MVP and Coach of the Year. They're betting favorites to take next year's title, followed by the Thunder, Celtics, and the Knicks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. My buddy Vinny, who's a New Yorker. He's from New Jersey, but
He's from Jersey?
He's a Yankees fan. He's a Giants fan.
He's the type of fan that the actual New Yorkers hate.
Yeah, well,
you're from Jersey.
He doesn't. He doesn't really care about basketball. But he was like, New York's starting to realize why it's been 53 years since they let him win an NBA Finals. Because
they went a little nuts.
They don't know how to act. Jay Bird said, San Antonio, Texas, we need to discuss how individuals from New York can afford to fly in and spend between $5 and $50K on final playoff tickets on our home court, while locals cannot. Is there a disparity in compensation? Even the wealthiest people I know who love our Spurs couldn't even get a seat to a finals game. Yes.
There's 12 million people that live in New York, bro.
And people in New York have more money than people in San Antonio.
Yes,
San Antonio
as a whole. We're talking about the financial capital of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, there's more money in New York by 10.
We're poor.
Well, we're not poor. No, relatively, we don't need as much money to live a far better life. I mean, we can buy what they have to pay 3 times for. We don't have to pay as much. But when you travel from California to buy a house, yes, it looks like a bargain.
Yeah.
When they fly down from New York to here, yes, it looks like a freaking bargain to them, and it is.
Yeah, we're just broke.
I'm not mad at folks for selling those tickets. Now, next, we'll talk about it from here on out. We'll talk about it from here on out. But right now, man, I'm not mad at him. I'm really not.
Yeah. Let's just say, it says here, the last story I saw, these update all the time. San Antonio, the third poorest among the nation's top 10 most populous cities after Philadelphia and Houston. Yeah.
See?
New York is now a more updated one. Detroit is the poorest city in America in the United States in 2026. So we're never going to be near the top of that list.
We're not going to fly up and buy a season ticket holder's second row seat.
Yeah.
There might be 5 people in this city that would have the expendable income to go spend $500,000 on a ticket.
But yes, are people compensated differently in New York than they are in San Antonio? In a simple answer, yes, very, very differently. But Rob is right. You can make $100,000 a year in San Antonio and live pretty good.
Live as good as anybody making $500,000 in New York.
You make $100,000 a year in New York, and you're
living in a closet.
Yeah, you're struggling. So that's the difference. All right, we've been talking about the changes that could be made, and you mentioned this a little while ago about Devin Vassell in his post game talking about Dylan Harper. Here's the clip of Devin talking about the young guys.
Tremendously proud of both of them, starting with Carter and him not getting minutes in the beginning of the season, to going to the G League, to coming out here and changing games and making an impact and just trusting the process. He's going to be a special player. I know how hard he works, so he's going to be a really, really, really good defensive player. Offensive player, he's going to be a really good two-way player. Dylan, I think we all knew he was talented. I don't know anybody, if anybody knew he was this talented, probably besides himself. You know, he was upset with playing time and different roles that he was in, but when we needed him most, he stepped up, and we have a star in the making, and I know that he's going to put so much work into the offseason. It's not just offensively, but defensively. He's made a lot of plays. He's grown so much, and what is he, 20, 21 years old? I mean, the sky's the limit for him. So I'm just really proud of our rookies. They stepped up, and to be called, their number to be called in the NBA Finals shows the growth and the trust that the coaches have into them.
Yeah, so we just kind of glazed over.
That was an unexpected little nugget there.
Yeah, that Dylan Harper was upset with his playing time over the course of the season, and we'd never heard much about that. I'm not totally shocked.
Well, I kind of want everybody to be upset with their playing time. I want even the starters. I want them mad at. I need more minutes, but I do think that it shows the future. I mean, we're going to have to feed that beast. He's going to have to get kind of what he wants, because he has separated himself into one of those absolute unique rookies that you look around the league and you count the 5 kids, not including Wemby, that are going to help to change the league or to carry the league forward. And there's not a GM in this league that didn't look at Dylan Harper going, oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. This is a 20-year-old kid getting 20 points in the finals.
Yeah.
So the future is now, and we will see those adequate changes. Now, how that happens is going to be not painful. This is a very good team that's going to get better, but it's going to take some egos to expand and some to kind of shrink. They're going to have to accept your place and star in your role, and it might not be the same role you're used to.
No, there's certainly going to be some attitude adjustments for a lot of these guys.
Another part of this, I love the way Devin sounded, because to so many of us, Devin to me still feels like a kid, still feels like a young Spur.
He's been around for a long time
now.
now.
But he spoke like the veteran that understand. Like, he talked about his rookies. That's just not something I'm accustomed to hearing from Devin. I think that every one of these players, they woke up on Sunday morning much more mature. They didn't realize it hurt, but they're different guys now. And those things that the Spurs had to go looking for, those knowledge in the bench, the understanding of what it takes, they don't need those guys anymore. We got them. We don't need those guys anymore. And I'm talking about Harrison Barnes. I'm talking about Plumlee. I'm talking about Olynyk, all those guys, even to some extent the leadership that Cornette offered. And I'm not saying we don't need his body, but the understanding of what it takes. Well, these dudes have been through the absolute worst gauntlet any finals team I've ever seen go through. You know what I mean? No one's gotten there and lost the way they have in 20 years. So you want to know what it takes? Well, you know exactly what it takes now, because you've seen the worst and you've been a part of it.
So now that it's over, are you glad that they got through Oklahoma City, or and lost in this painful fashion, or would you rather?
You know, you don't want to be a footnote, and I'll say this: I'm certainly glad. I'm glad for the season. I'm glad for where they finished. I'm glad for all of that. But you don't want to be, and they are going to be, until and forever. Even on their third title, when they talk about if they get 3, if they get 2, the first part of every paragraph was, this team came from the team that gave up the biggest lead in finals history.
Yeah.
So they're always going to be remembered now as the dunce. They're going to be the Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? They're the team that just ass backwards just gave it away. And look where they are now. They're the acorn that became the mighty oak. But when they started, God, these guys were stupid. You know, that's going to be part of their legacy, man. It's never going to go away. But knowing that and learning that lesson so absolutely young, They learned the lesson 3 years younger than most guys ever had to even deal with it. So the good news is you got a long way and a lot of time to fix it. But don't think that that'll go away, because it won't.
No. And I think we believe, and I think most people believe, this is not the last time that they'll be there. But there's always that possibility, man. And as sad as it is, like, there's a lot of teams that you think are – and I mean, if San Antonio turns into what they're capable of, maybe OKC had their one chance and that's it. Indiana got to the finals last year, and you could say, "Oh, we'll be back," and then Game 7, your Achilles blows out, and then who knows when you'll be back?
8 different champions in 8 years. No repeats, brother.
It's hard to get back there. So, but I do think the Spurs are built to do this thing for a long time. Problem is, so is Oklahoma City.
You're not alone. And they're all getting better too.
Yeah, this is but you're at the table, and that is something we didn't expect coming into the season. And I'm pretty excited about it. Like, I'm pretty excited that you're no longer at the kid table. You're with the big boys. In fact, the Spurs now favored to win the NBA title next year, very slightly, but still favored.
We got a draft in 2 weeks, and that could change who's favored and who's not. Yeah. I do expect it to be a good draft. I think the Spurs are going to be in a position to get the bodies that they need. Now, I don't know if they'll be the right mental part of that, but I think the body of the style that they want, they'll be able to acquire, both by either some small moves or at 20. You know, they've got a couple of second-rounders, so they got some room and some time, because nobody's going to show up here and get a lot of minutes. I mean, so they do have the affordability of getting somebody they can work with.
And there's a lot of people asking about like what free agents to bring in. I don't expect a big free agent splash, mostly because the Spurs they're going to have to start saving salary cap space. Like, if they want to keep the guys that everybody wants them to keep, you've got to start thinking about what your salary cap is going to look like down the road, and it's hard to bring in any kind of free agents when that's what you're planning for.
The quicker they get the Wemby deal done, and it shouldn't be that hard. We know exactly how much he can make and for how long we can pay him, and we're going to try to pay him even more. We're going to give him everything he wants and try to slide something underneath the table.
Give him a tree job.
Give him a tree trimming job if we have to. But that's going to be the first thing. But you're right. There's not going to be a lot of money and nor a lot of need. But they are going to have to be very skillful in their acquisitions, and they're going to be smart about the drafting, because now
drafting becomes very, very important.
This is a process. The train has now left the station, and now we're loading up for the big fight. This is not preparation. We're just adding and improving, and this is the best place to be. But as you just said, a lot of teams felt like this over the last 8 years. A lot of teams felt like, hey, we're just beginning, and they were watching the finals the next year.
And there are two body types that the Spurs have to find in this draft. There's a 6'9", 6'10" power
Beast.
forward, goon, bully, rebounder, glass eater, and there's a guy who can make open three-point shots when he gets. I don't need a guy who can go out and create his own shot. I need a guy who can stand in the corner, and when the ball comes to him, which it will, and he gets open looks, which he will, I need him to be able to make those at a pretty consistent
clip. They're out there. They ain't cheap, but they're out there.
But if you got to, and like I said, you got to draft the right ones. You can't. When you're building a dynasty, you can't afford to have big swings and misses. And I think the Spurs, it's real easy to draft when you've got a top 5 pick. Now they're about to be tested a little bit.
The good news, you don't have to have the perfect puzzle piece. You just need a couple of pieces to kind of get in there. But and the Spurs, I think, have rounded the bend in their scouting. I think they've improved a little bit by their late drafting. I think Carter Bryant showed that these guys are scouting well, and they're finding guys that fit the system and fit the guys they're playing with.
And Carter Bryant's a guy who I think they're going to expect to take a big step in this offseason.
He's going to have to, considering what we just talked about. For us as an organization to see the Spurs go do what you said, Carter Bryant's going to have to become something that he's well on his way to becoming. We're going to see a lot of minutes. He's going to be on that board for most improved player next year.
Guys, it is June, and June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. I don't know if you were aware of that. I was not. But violence prevention is injury prevention. If you have guns at the house, keep them locked up, secure, and out of reach of children. Firearms, the leading cause of death for people between the ages of 1 and 17. Never, ever leave your guns in your vehicle. Stolen firearms will often get used in crimes, and then, it all comes back to you. In moments of conflict, don't let a split-second decision become a lifetime of regret, and never celebrate with gunfire. I mean, we did avoid that at least, Rob. We did avoid that. It's dangerous and it's illegal. Prevent an injury. Store your guns safely. Gun Violence Awareness Month, June. To learn more about it, visit sa.gov/health. That's sa.gov/health.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Super Paint, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products June 12th through the 22nd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
This World Cup season, there's only one place to experience every USA match with fellow fans. Social Spot in San Antonio. Join them for the ultimate World Cup watch parties featuring giant screens, delicious food, tasty snacks, ice-cold beer, and the electrifying atmosphere of soccer's biggest tournament. Bring your friends, wear your red, white, and blue, and cheer on Team USA every step of the way. Catch all the action at Social Spot, 930 Broadway. Social Spot and San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the 2026 World Cup watch parties. Don't miss a minute of the excitement.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Soccer's biggest event in the world is here, and Twin Peaks has the best seats in the house for your favorite matchups, paired with daily goal-worthy specials. With 4 area Twin Peaks location, Twin Peaks is your home for the world's biggest soccer event. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by Henkel, official partner of U.S. Soccer. Another World Cup quadruple header, 2 games in Group G, 2 in Group H, and 3 teams are expected to win easily. Spain is the pick of many to win the World Cup. It's only happened once. In 2010, the Spaniards open up noon Eastern in Atlanta with Cape Verde, who's never before played a World Cup game. Egypt has never won one, an underdog today in Seattle against Belgium, who's ranked in the top 10, a World Cup semifinalist in 2018. New Zealand's ranking is 85th, the lowest of the 48 teams in the field. The Kiwis play tonight in L.A. against Iran, who asked to play its games in Mexico and not in a country it was at war with. FIFA denied the request. Best game of the day might be 6 Eastern in Miami, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, whose all-time leading scorer is 39-year-old Luis Suarez. He still plays MLS for Miami, but he retired from playing for the national team. John Stashauer, Westwood One Sports.
Gear up for the games this summer. Henkel's Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win the new 2026 U.S. Men's National Team jersey and U.S. Soccer Store gift cards. Everything you need to show up and support the home team, so don't miss out. No purchase necessary. Starts May 16th and ends June 15th, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Visit HenkelSoccerSweeps.com for official rules. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
Hey, this is Lauren. And a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's going to add the protein that you need. The eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Hey!
Time to relax.
Are we there?
Do it, baby. I mean, listen, man. You can keep getting mad about it, but it is what it is.
I'm just, this doesn't feel like 2013 for some reason. 2013 hurt.
2013 hurt probably because at the time you probably thought that the Spurs were invincible.
Well, they were, that last shot. I mean, but there were other things that led to it. But we still had all those guys. In hindsight, it was such a fire that lit. I mean, it turned into the Scorch and Burn tour in very soon after. So this one was so close. So close. And no, we didn't belong. And no, but we were there. And we had the lead up until the fourth. I mean, all those little things, I think, that's what I wake up being bothered by. I'd much rather get my ass kicked and just look up and go, these guys were better. They're just better. I don't care anything I could have done. They were better. I did this. This was my fault.
This feels like when Tony Romo fumbled.
Yeah,
the field
exactly.
goal, and Derek Fisher hit the three, and I remember everyone was silent. And this series, these are the three that really affected me, like really upset, like deeply upset.
Yeah, that Derek Fisher three is one that stung for a long time.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think people will get over this one.
They will, because hope springs eternal. I mean, this is a team that is destined, that feels touched, and has all the parts sooner than we thought. But it's one of those. You're never going to get opportunities like this again. You might go win one, but you'll never be in a situation where the first every game you're going to have a lead with 2 minutes to go.
No.
It just doesn't happen like this. And it was right on the table, and we weren't good enough to take advantage of it.
Let's hear a couple of these clips from the head. We've got some sound from Wemby and from the head coach. I want to play a little bit from both of them. We'll start with Mitch, who says something that you and I have been saying a lot this year.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but the simple consistency is we didn't deserve to win the games. There's a lot of level of execution. There can be rebounding. There can be end-of-game details. There can be starting the game where you get the lead and then you don't sustain that. But NBA games are long. It happens during the regular season too. It's just everything's much more on stage during the finals when everybody's watching. And we weren't ready to win an NBA championship. The better team won. We did a lot of good things and we didn't finish the job. And that's what it is.
They weren't ready to win an NBA championship, I think, was the key takeaway from there. Is they just weren't. Again, there's steps to the process, and they skipped a lot of them, but you can't skip all of them. It's just. I'm not saying it'll never happen, but it's just. It feels so rare for a team like this, that's made up of, for the most part, it feels like everybody's 25 or younger, like with very few exceptions. A first-year head coach. Like, if I told you a team that had a starting five where the oldest guy was like 28 years old, you had a rookie head coach, like, it's more likely that you are what the Spurs were a year ago than where they are right now.
All of this is really good. I agree with all of it. But the thing that is most difficult to learn to be a champion is being a champion isn't about hitting last-second shots. It's not about being the hero. It's about doing those little things every time. And the Spurs lost those games on the little things. It was the dumb turnover, the dribble off your foot, the missed free throws, the poor decision-making from De'Aaron. I mean, it wasn't a bunch of crap. It was 4 or 5 plays. Yeah. It really was. It was just, when it came down to it, it was just a couple of little tiny things that you just weren't prepared to do. You did 9 of them. The 10th one got you. And we didn't expect you to do 5 of them, but you did do 9 of them.
You're right. Like, if one of those things is different, like if Wemby makes his free throws that one
That's
game.
a win.
That's
a win.
If the refs don't call Steph Castle out of bounds, if they call a foul on Anunoby on that Fox layup that he should have never taken, like, any one of those 3 things happens, the Spurs win that game, and the series is different. You're right.
I don't want you to get lost in that, but at the same time, I want you to respect the fact that you weren't ready to do the little things. I think everybody's ready to be a hero. Everybody wants to have the ball the last second, hit that shot, hit the miracle and one. Everybody's ready for that, you'd like to think. But are you ready to go hit the floor in the 42nd minute? Are you totally aware to get the ball inbound so Karl Anthony Towns doesn't tip it on the inbound pass? Are you totally ready to just do the little things? And they weren't. And, that's those things that, gosh, it's hard to adjust for. Gosh, it's hard to accept. But it's so easy to be the motivating thing that it wasn't the hero. We didn't miss a last-second shot. We just dribbled it off our foot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I hope just sticks every morning when you wake up.
The other thing that Mitch said is NBA games are long. And right now, the Spurs are the best 40-minute basketball team in the NBA. The problem is basketball games last 48 minutes. And, even going back to some of the games they won in the playoffs this year, the last 8 minutes were a fight. And it's that's something that's really got to change. Is the Spurs have to learn how to close out games.
I saw a stat, and I don't remember what it was, but including the playoffs, there were 19 occasions this year where the Spurs had at least a double-digit lead and gave it up. Now, some of them they still won.
Yeah,
but 19 times during an 82-game schedule, you had a double-digit lead, and you gave it up. You gave up the lead at some point.
That's crazy.
The good news is, my God, and at least you were there. The bad news is you never learned your lesson. Well, now you learned it on the highest stage in the worst possible moment. Let's hope it filled in now.
Here's Wemby talking about the what he's taking away from the loss.
I think that's compared to anything before. This is the biggest lesson of my life, the biggest learning moment. I can't tell exactly what the lesson is, but we're learning from that for sure. I'm learning more than any other time in my life before.
Yeah. A lot to learn. Now, I did think, I don't think he, let me check one more. I think maybe he says it in this one. I might not have the sound of him saying what I want him to say.
It's going to be all of it.
Second row, right side.
Who we are, it's what we're made of, plus our experiences, and this has been a hell of a year in terms of experience. I don't think we could have learned more and gained more experience in one playoff run and in one season, and personally in 18 months. It's been hard. And
yeah, so the quote that I want from him that I don't think I have the actual audio of is where he said, "What I'm pissed about is there's probably 100 games before we can get back to the finals." And he said, "I'm going to have to hold that inside of me and slow down and wait." And that's an important thing.
Oh, what a brilliant thing to remember. Like, dude, yes, you can get there, but you got a long way to go and a lot of things to do before you.
And you cannot, I think we saw it this year with Oklahoma City. It's funny because this is one of the things I really loved about Oklahoma City coming into this season, and really as they start the season like 28-1 or whatever it was. Oklahoma City plays every game with such an intensity, they act like it's a finals game. And I'm talking in the regular season. And they did that this year, and then you saw them hit a wall. And you cannot keep that intensity for 82 games and then keep it up for, 25 more in the playoffs. It's just not possible. And I think that what Wemby's saying there is kind of, it's very wise beyond his years to say, I've got to remember there's 100 games. Like, he's hungry for it now, but I got to remember there's 100 games between now and then. And you can't play game 1 next year like it's game 6 of the NBA Finals.
You know your battles.
You will run out of steam.
You learn your battles. There are battles. Losing a battle doesn't lose a war. And
No.
I think that, but all of those are going to play into all those. That's just one of those things we wanted them to tick that box. You're just going to have to learn the difference between importance and relevance and all those little things that turn you into a professional athlete, number one, because these guys are still kind of learning that. And then winning games. I think winning games is going to be easy for 82 games.
I think so,
too.
too.
You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to win a lot of basketball games next year just because they're going to roll out a crap load of talent that's going to be even better than they were in the finals. So I don't think winning is going to be the thing. Learning to hold on to bad games, winning bad games, that's a lesson they're going to have to learn. All those other stuff. But, yeah, this is now lessons learned. I just hope that they maintain this attitude of growth. Just because you did it once doesn't mean you can do it again. And I hope that the guys that suffered, like De'Aaron Fox, really takes it personally.
Yeah.
I hope that he takes what happened to him and owns it and comes back and never make it another excuse.
And I hope it doesn't break him, but I hope that it hurts him.
I hope so. I mean, Captain Clutch, you're going to have to go earn that award all over again because it just wasn't there this time. We're not done with you, but I think every Spur fan has the right to be a little upset with you.
I think it's also important to remember, if you're a Spur fan, and this to me is maybe the most exciting part. Wemby played like he played poorly in these finals. De'Aaron Fox was awful in these finals. Keldon Johnson was awful throughout the playoffs. Steph Castle was a roller coaster in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Devin Vassell was consistent, but not great. Yeah. I mean, we were good enough.
Champagny kind of hit a wall.
Roller coaster.
And you were still right in almost every game in these finals. Like you still can say a couple plays here and there. Next season, again, it's easier said than done to get back because
you're now targeted. You now get to put on the target every night you put on a uniform.
Because I promise you, Oklahoma City is sitting at home thinking the exact same thing that you're thinking about the Knicks. Man, a couple plays here and there, and that would have been us instead of them.
Even Portland.
And by the way, Oklahoma City's right when they say that.
Yeah.
The Spurs were a couple plays on the right side of not even being in the finals.
Minnesota, too.
And they're a couple plays on the wrong side from being NBA champions. So that's the margins that you're dealing with. But I do think there's reason to be excited because the ceiling for this team is certainly championship.
I'm not there yet. I'm going to have to get through the draft. I'm going to have to. I'm still prickly. I'm still mad.
Fair enough. All right, let's take a quick break. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. If you can delay your travel this early morning, that would be a good idea. We've got accidents all over. A very dicey commute this morning. Accidents at 90 westbound at Couples, left lane. Crash at 35 northbound Schertz Parkway, left lane blocked. 1604 eastbound, that connector to northbound 281. The connector ramp is blocked. And Nacogdoches just under Wurzbach Parkway, get reports of a wreck. And a new trouble spot on 151 eastbound Callahan to 90. That's a stall broken down in the left lane. Lots of flooding, lots of ponding water. Please be very careful as you head out and about if you need to be out this early morning. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on RockAuto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
'Twas the night before Father's Day, and all through the house, Dad slept in his recliner, completely passed out. The TV stayed on, volume low, soft, and slight, as Dad dreamed of gifts from Academy, the kind he'd like. Of a turtle box speaker with the whole day ahead, no plans, no errands, just Blackstone's lit red. Titleist golf balls for an easy swing, Magellan Outdoors, take on anything. Because tomorrow's not just Father's Day, you see, it's Dad Christmas at Academy. Academy Sports and Outdoors, fun can't lose.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Summer's hottest deals are officially here at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a $369 a month lease payment on a 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom. Right now, 0% APR for 60 months on any 2026 Silverado 1500. Or get 2.9% financing on the 2026 Traverse or Trax LT. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes from Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, low energy, low sex drive, low motivation. 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Synergenics, whose providers are experts in hormone health. They work to tailor their TRT plans to make sure levels are where they need to be so every patient can feel great, look great, and live their best lives. They accept most insurance plans. Get your energy, focus, and drive back by booking your free testosterone test at Synergenics.com. That's Synergenics.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
You know, it was one hell of a season for the San Antonio Spurs, but man, the wounds of losing in 5 games in the NBA Finals are still there. We'll start the healing process Monday on The Blitz, plus Joe Reiniger returns from his vacation. The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In college baseball news, the Texas Longhorns fell to the Georgia Bulldogs 7-0. Texas will face Alabama in an elimination game later today at 1 o'clock. Finally, in the NHL, we have a new champion. The Carolina Hurricanes beat Las Vegas last night 3-0, taking the Stanley Cup 4-2. Hurricanes captain Jordan Stahl became the Conn Smythe winner. He's the oldest to ever do it at 37.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What?
Check it out now. Yeah. Hey, let's do the double dong challenge, Victor Brown.
All right.
Rangers taking on the Minnesota Twins tonight. 7:05 start. You'll hear that on. It'll be on here or it'll be on our other station. What do you think?
I can tell you right now.
I'd like to know.
I've got access to such things. Although my.
I don't. No one tells me. I just have to guess.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, I've got no idea. It'll be on one of our stations tonight.
Yeah. Buffering.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, This computer, my work computer,
it's still not working?
Dude, no, it's a brick.
Really?
Like, yeah. And this is like normally the site that, normally the computer that I follow the Brigade Bar on. Normally the computer that I like share all our prep work on. It's the internet on it is just it sucks. You know what we need in here, bro? We need a hard Ethernet cord.
It's funny you mentioned that. I brought that up to Vic this morning. It will be broadcast live on our beautiful station pregame at
on 94.1.
On 94.1 KTFM. We've got your pregame at 6:30. First pitch at 7:05.
There you go. All right. So the Double Dong Challenge tonight against the Twins. If you think you know which Ranger will hit a home run tonight, man, you know what? The Rangers need to go play in Oakland. You could get a double donger there.
You know, have you seen the scores coming out of that building?
Yes. It's like, 23-14.
I think every team gets to go play a 3-game series in this home run. Everybody gets to go pad their stats for 3 games.
The ballpark in Las Vegas, like the minor league park there, it's in a part of town called downtown Summerlin, and it's really like an outdoor mall, and then there's a ballpark, and it is like it's like playing baseball in a movie theater. Well, it is a very, very small park, and that's why everybody's like, well, can the A's just play at the Las Vegas ballpark until the new one's open? And it's like, no, because it's not a major league ballpark.
What was the score yesterday? 23-8?
23-8, yeah. So the Rangers need a series against the A's to get those bats moving.
Well, if I'm a pitch, I don't want that start.
No. But they'll go against the Twins tonight. If you can pick the Ranger who hits a home run, you'll get a pair of tickets to an upcoming game. If you can pick one that hits 2 home runs, you'll get upgraded seats, and you'll get your hotel taken care of by us here at 94.1. Let's go with caller number 9er, 210-656-3776. Caller number 9, you will play the Double Dong Challenge.
Good luck with Wyatt Langford today.
Okay. Wyatt Langford's always a pretty good choice.
I don't
know. Let's see. Couple Dak and Fox both wear number 4. Playoff chokers. Done with both of them.
There is some resemblance. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
There is some well-intentioned failure there, but I'm not done with either.
Yeah.
But there is certainly a comparison to be made, man.
One thing I will say about Fox, and you could kind of say the same thing about Dak, is unfortunately when they do fail,
it's monumental.
Well, no, like when they're asked about it afterward, like you'd like to see them be a little more contrite.
Like, hey, I screwed the pooch today, didn't I?
Like, after when the Bills lost to the Broncos and Josh Allen, who has not been rewarded for the level of playoff performances he's had with actual wins. Like, he's been a great playoff player who has not been rewarded. He played a stinker and lost, and you would have thought that his grandmother just died. Like, he was beside himself. Like, I cost us this opportunity. And like, I would have loved to see Fox just be like, man, this is why I wanted to come to San Antonio.
And I let you down.
And I failed. And I'm going to use this, and it's going to fuel me, and I'm going to be back better.
Now, this is where you go, yeah, I like those words. Those are good words. But I don't care what you say post-game. I just want to see it in your action. I just want to see what do you do when it's time to get back to work. 2 weeks when I see you in the gym, are you grinding the way you're supposed to be? Because the coaches aren't going to see him for 4 months. He's going to disappear and go and be, and hopefully he's doing exactly what needs to be done to get to where he needs to be. And my assumption is absolutely he will, because of all the guys that should be waking up sour, it's him. I mean, my gosh. I mean, I hope he wakes up in the middle of the night and thinks about driving to the lane. I think I hope he wakes up in the middle of the night thinking about that 3-point just stupid. I mean, just some of those moves where you go, best intentions. You weren't trying to hurt anybody, but my goodness.
KC says Fox's attitude after is why he needs to be shipped out.
We all deal with it.
We got to stop with the shipping out.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere, and you don't want him to go anywhere.
It would. By the way, it's a contractual disaster if you're moving Fox now at this point. It doesn't make sense from a money standpoint. Like it doesn't help you long term to move him. You just hope that he's learning a lesson like everybody else, and he's going to be better next year.
And we're also going to have to adjust that he will never perform like a $60 million a year player.
Probably not.
There's too much talent around him. He's not going to give you the numbers that other $60 million players get. That doesn't mean he's not just as valuable, but no, he's got 3 guys around him that can really play. He's not going to give you the production that other $60 million get. That's going to hang over his head until he finally plays through this. Doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean we still can't win titles.
Although, Rob, there was a lot of games in the regular season when Wemby wasn't playing.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
We sure were like, man, isn't it great to have De'Aaron here?
We don't want him gone, but he's not just by sheer volume of talent surrounding him. He's not going to be the guy that's going to go get 30 a night like the other $60 million guys are. He's going to be the most, hopefully, consistent winning guy on a really brilliant team that should go win 65 and better be eyeing 70 games next year. I mean,
and I think he accepted that when he came here because De'Aaron Fox was the guy in Sacramento, and it was kind of the opposite of what Kyrie did. You remember when Kyrie won a championship with LeBron and said, I want to go out on my own. I want to do my own thing, and left and realized that, man, life ain't good. De'Aaron Fox went from being the man and decided, I'd rather play second fiddle on a team that's got higher aspirations than be the man on a team that is not going anywhere.
But then found out, I'm not even second. I'm fourth.
You know what?
And I think that's, no matter how magnanimous you are, it's going to be an adjustment for him.
But you know what? Also, it's real easy after, the last 2 playoff series to say he's fourth. That's not what the 100 games that got played this year say about him.
I'm just, what we know of this team now, Dylan Harper is an absolute necessity to be part of this offense. And knowing that is going to be, I talked about, there's going to be some egos that are going to have to accept some things.
Yeah.
And that's part of winning teams.
I think Fox came here with the expectation that he was going to take a lesser role than he's ever had.
It's going to maintain that. And again, you're still a starter, dude. I think there's going to be a 3 guards. We're going to start 3 guards next year. I just don't see how we're going to be able to get around it. It might not be the most appropriate way to win a bunch of basketball games, but it's going to be the way that we win a bunch of basketball games. And we're going to have to adjust to that as fans because we're going to play in a style that's going to lead to some up and down basketball. There's going to be some cold shooting nights, but that's what happens when you play this kind of offense. There's also going to be a lot of 130-point nights because we're going to run past some teams, but we're going to have to adjust ourselves and the way this starting roster looks like. And it's not going to be new dudes. It's going to be the same dudes in different roles.
Yeah. KC says paying maybe your 4th or 5th best player $60 million is why he needs to go. Won't have any money to put around talent like Wemby, Harper, and Castle. Again, saying he needs to go, the Spurs just decided to give him that money. He hasn't even played a game on that new contract yet.
Yeah, and even if they wanted to move him, they can't.
Yeah, you can't move a guy that you literally haven't even started paying the money yet. He is going nowhere. So get over he needs to be moved. He is going nowhere unless he does it again and says I want out, and I don't think that's going to happen. I do want to ask you on the other side if you had a problem with the sportsmanship in the series. We'll talk about that coming up next. I got to tell you about Game Day Men's Health, and guys, when you hit a certain age, things don't always feel the same. Maybe you're a little tired. Maybe your energy's low. Maybe your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of it comes down to low testosterone. And that's why I want to tell you about Game Day Men's Health, Alamo Ranch over there on Wiseman Boulevard. There's also one Shirt Cibolo. They understand what guys are dealing with, and they make the process easy. You go in, they've got a relaxed man cave type vibe in the office. You sit down, they got snacks, they got sports on the television. Great vibes when you walk in, and everything starts with a free testosterone test done right there in their in-house lab. After that, you're going to meet with a provider. They're going to talk about a treatment plan designed for you, and the best part is you can start treatment the same day. And after a month, you're going to notice more energy, better mood, libido boost, all of these things. Don't settle. Be the best version of you. Call 830-376-9100. That's 830-376-9100 for Game Day Men's Health, Alamo Ranch.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. on Rangers game days. Prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Ever tried answering emails with kids running through the house? Coldplay Cove is the better way to work and parent. A modern family space where you can grab coffee, work, recharge, and connect while your child safely learns and plays nearby. Built for families, rooted in community. Learn more at coldplaycove.com.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park. Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass on my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt. If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
I mean, I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut SA.com.
License number 38961.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. As a mom, I want my kids to have full bellies, big dreams, and all the energy in the world to chase them. That is what I want for all kids. But right now, millions of kids in America are living with hunger. That means too many children are going without the meals they need to thrive. And that's just not okay. But the good news is this is a problem that we can all solve. No Kid Hungry works every day in schools, in communities, and during the summertime to make sure kids have healthy meals all year round. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. So let's do this. Let's give all the kids the chance to grow up healthy and strong.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What do you say?
This is what I want played next time I go bungee jumping in Brazil.
Oh, boy.
I saw that. That's no. Big old no.
Well, this song's called Walk. I'm guessing that lady.
Yeah, Walk Away.
She needs to play the old Sugar Ray song Fly.
Dude.
I just want to fly.
I'm just laying there doom scrolling, and I watched them.
I thought it was AI until they showed like 5 different angles of it.
I went, oh my God!
Ooh.
They just threw her off the bridge.
Which, by the way, I mean, imagine like this is, and it's not like this is like a paid service, like where you're like, hey, yeah, I want to go bungee jump, and what they do is they pick you up over their heads and just toss you.
No. So what are you gonna do here? So 2 of you guys go put me up, and I'm gonna go all Titanic and spread my wings, and you're just gonna chunk me over the side, and hopefully remember you attach the rope to my feet.
It's like so the Strat in Vegas, the big tower in Vegas, you can jump off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that with my son on his 16th birthday. Nope. We went, and that's what he wanted to do. I was like, all right, I'll do it with you.
I would rather be shot.
So you go up there, and before you even walk out onto the catwalk, like everything is checked, double checked. They connect your rope to like this giant spool that is like immovable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you feel like, okay, you're going through this process. This has got to be pretty safe. And you see all the contraptions that are going to keep you from splattering
At what point
on
do
the
they give you
strip.
the diaper? Because I'm going to need one of those too.
Well, you walk out on this catwalk, and then it just.
And you're outside, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can see California from there.
Yeah. This idea of just a couple Brazilians pick you up and toss you.
A couple of Brazilian rubber bands on your feet. And
that ain't it.
Chunk your ass off the side of the bridge.
That ain't it. Damn it. I wanted to talk about this this handshake thing. We'll talk about that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. If you can delay your travel this early morning, that would be a good idea. We've got accidents all over. A very dicey commute this morning. Accidents at 90 westbound at Couples, left lane. Crash at 35 northbound Schertz Parkway, left lane blocked. 1604 eastbound that connector to northbound 281. The connector ramp is blocked. And Nacogdoches just under Wurzbach Parkway get reports of a wreck. And a new trouble spot on 151 eastbound Callahan to 90. That's a stall broken down in the left lane. Lots of flooding, lots of ponding water. Please be very careful as you head out and about if you need to be out this early morning. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Diamond Tea.
Go ahead. Sip into summer with Red Diamond. Fresh brewed with just 3 simple ingredients. Tea, water, and sugar. Always cold and ready in the refrigerated section. Red Diamond Fresh Brewed Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Twin Peaks is your home to soccer's biggest event in the world. Get all your updates live on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM. And get to Twin Peaks to catch your favorite matchups paired with daily goal-worthy specials. Twin Peaks is your home for the world's biggest soccer event.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinigle here for DraftKings Sports. Did you know that DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us right here in Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Texas. Whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or late at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941SportsStar. Spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. That's code 941SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone. 100% of them can get their T levels back. Synergenics tailors their TRT to make sure levels are where they need to be. They even take insurance. Head to Synergenics.com to book your free testosterone test today.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Soccer fans, you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. From World Cup to baseball to all the fights, get into the Roo Pub. And when you show up at the Roo, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs season came to an end on Saturday night as the Knicks came back from another double-digit deficit to win the game 94-90. Despite the finals loss, the Spurs did finish with a pretty impressive season. They had the second-best record in the league, finals appearance, multiple postseason awards, a Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and finalists for MVP and Coach of the Year. They're betting favorites to take next year's title, followed by the Thunder, Celtics, and the Knicks.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, it's 8 o'clock on the Morning Huddle, 94.1, AJ and Rob on a Monday, an autopsy Monday. Womp womp. One thing I will say, I thought it was a bad look for the Spurs to walk off the floor without shaking hands. And the only Spurs who stuck around were Luke Cornett and Harrison Barnes. What do those two guys have in common?
Yeah.
They've been on the right end of this before.
Yeah, they know. The rule is, on the road, get the hell off the court. If you're on the road, you don't have to shake hands. Run off the court because it's about to get crazy out there. But when you're at home and you lose, you have to stay out there and shake hands.
I thought it was a pretty bad look. Jalen Brunson walks over to Mitch, shakes his hand, found David Robinson, shook his hand. There's just certain things, and this might be wrong for me to say, But in my head, I was kind of like, maybe that's why you're not ready to win.
Well, no, that's true. No, that's absolutely that's indicative of a team that's not mature enough to understand how to win.
Stuff.
But there is one more wild card to this that I don't know how to put my finger on, and other than the Frenchness of Wemby, because he is raised different than us.
Yeah,
he was, and I don't know what the European expectations are. I don't know. I'm willing to forgive him the first go around, but there are certain expectations of being not only a professional athlete in the United States, but acting like you're from here and do the things that we do as a matter of course. And some of that is you take the loss, you shake the hands, you give them the benefit of they beat you. No matter how you feel, you just lost. And you just have to go through that. And I don't know if he's unaccustomed or the Frenchness in him won't allow it. I don't know.
Well,
and he's the leader, so they follow him off the court.
De'Aaron Fox ain't French. Steph Castle ain't French.
They followed him off. What I'm saying is he's the guy that walked off, and I saw my big 7'5" dude walking off. I'm following him off, and it wasn't a good look. I'm not terribly ashamed. Again, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for a lot of reasons, but that's just not how you handle yourself at the end, and I'm sure that will be discussed at some point.
Gibbs said Tim and most of the Spurs did not stay to shake hands in 2013. Is that true?
I don't know. I haven't kept score of that. I don't recall being anybody looking down on the unsportsmanlike Spurs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I mean, I even think on the road you stick around and shake hands.
It gets a little crazy sometimes. If there's fans rushing the court, you have every right to run.
In the NBA Finals, fans shouldn't be rushing the court. Period.
But they have in the past, especially they did in 2016, I believe. They are here when we lost there. They did. I mean, sometimes you just got to get off the court.
If it's a security issue, that's one thing. But there was no fans got on the court.
You're at home. They weren't charging the court.
Media got on the floor.
So you have every responsibility of thanking them for a good game. And you don't want to hog the space, but you got to give them the admiration and the respect they're due, and then you go sit down.
I think that's something that you've got to mature in ways, and if you're not there, you're not ready to be a champion.
Well, I don't think anybody sitting on that bench, other than the guys that stood around later, had been there before.
No, you're right.
So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't even think about what do we do when we lose. It's certainly not something I'm going to talk about before a game. I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, tonight if we lose. I'm not even going to bring that up. So it probably wasn't ever even discussed as to what do we do if, in fact, we lose on our home court? How do we act? I don't think you even talked about it, so they didn't do it appropriately.
Yeah, and maybe if they'd lost by 20 and there would have been like time, like the final minutes, they could have talked it out. Yeah. But
I'm mad at him for that. I'm not mad at him. It's just one of those things like Wemby crossing his arms during the national anthem.
I don't like that either.
Like, dude, you can't do that. And maybe you just didn't know, but now you know. So don't do that again. And I don't think we'll see it. Just same with this. When you lose admirably, and you shake the hand of the victor, and then you go sit down and tell everybody else how great they are. Then you go back in the locker room and curse them. You go back in the locker room and say, everything I said was a lie. Those guys cheated and stole, and they should, but out in front of folks, you just tell them the truth. They beat us. They were the better team. We didn't deserve to win because we didn't win.
Well, that is one thing you did not hear out of Victor Wembanyama was they were the better team. He was adamant that we lost this game by making mistakes. They didn't win. We were dominant and we made mistakes that let them stick around, which may or may not be true, but it's not what you say after you lose a series in 5 games.
Okay, I will. My only retort is, what would Michael say? What would LeBron say?
With Michael, we don't know because we never lost.
But LeBron did. I don't know what I would say if I was Victor Wembanyama and just lost and knew I'd had the leads. I'm not mad at him for what he said. That part I'm not mad at. I think I don't think he said we should have won. He said we weren't ready. I wasn't ready. The little things we weren't ready, but still feel like we were better. He was a little both. I don't want him too contrite, but that was a little arrogance. But again, I don't know what this French sensibility is.
I remember when LeBron came back and beat the Warriors. Steph Curry saying, we're not going to make excuses. They did things that we couldn't do, and LeBron played it to a level that we couldn't keep up with. And I think it's a lot easier to say that stuff when you've already got rings in your pocket.
I think maturity, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to say it. I want to be careful how I say this. I'm not sure that little part of Victor's ever going away.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to be a gracious loser. I don't think that's in his mentality. I don't think that's I don't expect him. I never expected Kobe to, take his hat off to the other team. And I'm not comparing the two, but I do think there's a certain sensibility that Victor carries that I'm the greatest damn thing that ever set foot on this planet. And I just proved it. And to beat me is to let you beat me. You don't beat me. And there's some of that I don't think is ever going to go away. And it might get real annoying.
Rin says the only thing that's required of the national anthem is for you to stand up and take off your hat, and Wemby's not even American. You're right, and I mean, we've seen with Colin Kaepernick, it's not even required.
It's a decorum thing.
It is, and my guess is if Pop were on the sideline, Wemby would be standing there with his hands by his side quietly, and
that goes all the way. And my guess is if Pop was on the sideline, they'd have been on the sideline. They'd have stayed on the court and shook hands.
I think so too.
Because that would have been something that is discussed because Pop had rings.
Although Mitch, to his credit, Mitch did the right thing. He stuck around and like if I saw the players follow Mitch, that
Mitch
feels
would
like
have charged off the court, then that would have been unacceptable. And sometimes he might not even known the guys left. You're just thanking the guys around you. I'm not looking around to see what my players are doing. I don't think, but I get the sense if and when we're there again, we will be much more gracious than both winning and in losing. But I don't think that sourness from Wemby, I'm not sure that's ever going away, man. I think that's just part of who he is.
Well, Cheese Luis says Wemby's too competitive. I don't think there's a such thing as too competitive, and I get it, man.
As long as it doesn't destroy you, you can't be too competitive. But I do know overly competitive people that let it just freaking destroy them.
For me, like when I was fighting, for example, I was not I didn't want to I didn't want to be friendly with the guy before I fought. Like I didn't want to I didn't want to touch gloves before fights. Like we're about to fight. Like I want to hurt you and I know you want to hurt me. But as soon as the fight's over, it's like now the fight's over. Like I get like we competed and either I won or I lost. Shake hands and move on. Like the petulance is the problem for me.
Well, I mean, fight the guy 7 times or 5 times and lose 4. I'm going to allow for the very same reason we're all looking at this team like, let's not be mad at them. They didn't know what they didn't know and they learned some lessons. This is one of those lessons too. So if we're not going to be mad at them for the other stuff, I'm just don't do it again. And if you don't do it again, lesson learned.
Paul says forced patriotism isn't required. It's not.
No, I'm not. But we're not talking about patriotism as far as standing. What I'm talking about is when you lose the series, it is common practice, at least in my country where we're playing, to go shake the hands of the guys that beat you. It sucks. You not like them. You just went to war with them 5 times, but you shake their hand and you walk off. And some of that psychologically is you beginning to turn the page.
Yeah.
Admit defeat. It's over. I got 6 months to go back to work. And the first thing you do to turn that page is shake the hand of the guy that just beat you. And then go be mad. Go fix it. But right now, be a magnanimous loser.
Dre Royalty says that's what's wrong with this country today. We criticize people and athletes and individuals from not being who we want them to be instead of just letting them be themselves. Well, if you're a sore loser in a bad sport, I'm going to criticize you no matter who you are, particularly if you're an athlete. Like, I'm absolutely comfortable. And if you think that's what's wrong with this country is criticizing guys who act like babies after they lose, then consider me what's wrong with this country. I'm the problem.
I think we get lost, and I make fun of it a lot. The Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Victory. No, man, if you want to live that life, go ahead.
No, it's a tough life. All right. I'm going to tell you about Underdog. The World Cup is underway, and you can make money on it with Underdog. The rest of the world calls it football, but here, we know what it is. We call it soccer. This is America. And Underdog, your spot to be all in on every match. 48 teams, 104 games, 39 days, one nation, Underdog. You can feel that thrill, and it's just like every other sport you play. You can make your plays on higher or lower goals, assists, shots on target, whatever it is, and it will make a match between Spain and Cape Verde interesting. I don't know. I can't name a player on Spain or Cape Verde. Why would I be interested in this? Well, maybe if I can make some money on it, I'll be a lot more interested. And if you play at all during this World Cup, you are entered to win a shot at your chunk of $25 million. 25 people are going to walk away with $1 million if the USA wins it all. They're 1-0. We're well on our way, man. Well on our way. Guys, download the app today. Use my promo code ALAMO. You'll score $50 in bonus entries when you play just $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This Father's Day, join the Blitz Live at Coldplay Cove in Stone Oak. Enjoy Dad and Me sports activities, coffee tastings, giveaways, raffles, and family fun built for modern families. Grab your tickets now through the events page at coldplaycove.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
In the 1930s, America was searching for hope. And then, a voice spoke directly to the people.
Tonight, my single duty is to speak to the whole of America.
Not from a stage, but through the radio. Calm, clear, reassuring. In uncertain times, radio made America feel connected again. 250 years strong, and still, America listens.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm. Fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. Now everybody's arguing about the national anthem.
Now what?
Listen, I'm a big believer in, like, I don't really care what you want to do during the national anthem. If you want to pick your nose, you want to take a nap. It is what it is.
If you want to go pee, go.
It's a song, like I say this as a veteran. I respect it. I stand up. I'm quiet. I stand at attention during the national anthem. But if people want to do something different, that's on them. I tell my kids, you stand up, you put your hand on your heart. But that's my kid. I'm not going to be mad at anybody. If you don't want to do that, okay, you don't do it. But I will say, in Military City, USA, it's a bad look for Wemby to be so casual, laissez-faire during the national anthem. And again, I'm not mad at him for it. It is what it is. But when you just start to pile all the things on, like the poor sportsmanship after, the petulance at the podium, where
sounds like you're describing a kid. Sounds like you're describing a 22-year-old kid.
Yeah. Who
will be 23 and then 24 and 25.
Yeah.
And age into understanding of how you act at certain places. Again, there's lots of reasons to be mad. These are little things that are unexpected that, again, we check boxes. We fill things that we learn as we move along, and that's one more of those things. They didn't know what they didn't know. Now you better stand at attention. And by the way, if, in fact, you ever do lose a series like that again, be a man, go shake hands.
Yeah. And by the way, you're French. You remember, we saved your ass. You better put your hand over your heart, Bubba.
My grandpappy did not hit Normandy.
You'd be speaking German, Wemby.
Back in 1945, if it wasn't for that.
Because all these, you know how many Nazis had to die so you don't speak German? But listen, Raptor says, sounds like you're mad. I ain't mad. It is what it is, man. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to do it. I'm just saying don't be surprised when people criticize you for it. If you don't want to shake hands, you don't have to shake hands. Don't be surprised when you're criticized for not doing it, though. There are decorum things. They're not requirements. It's not like earlier in what game was it where he just decided I'm not doing press. Was that in the OKC series?
Yeah, it was after game 5 or 4 of the OKC series.
That is different.
Well,
that's your job.
By law, yeah.
That's your
by
job.
edict, you need to go out and do that.
You're contractually obligated. You're not contractually obligated to put your hand over your heart. You're not contractually obligated to shake hands after you lose in 5 games. But it looks bad if you don't.
Well, I would be a little...
All you're doing is opening yourself up.
Well, certainly, don't put your hand over your heart. You're not even a U.S. citizen. Just stand still. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when you play the French anthem. I'm going to stand still. I'm not going to do what every French person does, whatever that is, because I ain't French.
Yeah.
But I'll give you the respect of standing at attention and giving you the respect required. But just stand still, shake. Just be a man. Just be an adult. But, again, that's so piddling.
It is.
It's so little. If you're concerned about any of the actions after the game, it is you're still holding on to the fact that you were close to winning. You lost, dude, and you didn't play very well. You need to kind of admit that fact to yourself.
Havoc makes a good point here. New York City at halftime shows had Cardi B and Wu-Tang, and we had a dog rolling around on a ball.
I've been making fun of this for the last several years.
Why didn't we have somebody?
The Spurs and the entertainment side of things have decided that they're not going to go that direction. We were back in the day, in the glory years, if you have it. We always had the top-notch entertainment. Now, we never had Wu-Tang and Cardi B. That's specific to New York. But, I mean, Red Panda was here. There was, like, the Quick Change. The traveling vaudeville acts were always here.
Yeah.
Over the last 5 years, we got really accustomed to the Tafoya Middle School Glee Club. You know, we got really accustomed to the judo class from the senior center over on Perrin Bidle. I mean, for halftime entertainment.
The light-up hula hoop shows.
Yeah, I don't need to see the Zumba class from the Claude Pepper Senior Center come and entertain me at halftime of a playoff game. But that's kind of what we got.
That's a little odd.
Yeah.
I was like, man, freaking Wu-Tang is playing halftime and...
Just bring some trampolines out and some running racing dogs or something. But the dog balancing a ball in its nose, it brought the room down. Now, there are some acts that we've had that I was like those two bald dudes that balance on each other. That's a little off, but it's a little weird. But I'm down.
But dude, the NBA Finals, you could get some guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even mariachis?
Yeah, we could. Well, we had mariachis, I think, at one point. That was pregame. That wasn't even post. That wasn't even half.
Halftime.
But,
dude, can we not get George Strait to come sing 2 songs?
Well, again, I am not going to compare myself to Cardi B and Wu-Tang. That's Super Bowl halftime.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, we're never going to get that.
But can we not get George Strait or some other
to come play halftime?
Yeah.
George Strait would have did it.
Why not?
Maybe. That's just, like I said, we have gone the other direction. I mean, we've gone so far the other way. Well, we're not paying a dime. Only people we're letting in is if you can come and perform if your parents buy 4 tickets.
Yeah.
That's pay to play there.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
There's nobody watching anyway. Everybody's going to stand in line for a beer.
AT Week says Anthem should only be played for international events. The NBA Finals is an international event.
Yeah, we play in Canada. We have Canadian teams.
Yeah, it is an international league. So I've always thought it's kind of dumb that we associate the national anthem with sporting events. It's really the only time we ever hear it.
Well, that's kind of it.
It's a little odd to me that that's when the song comes into play is for sporting events, but whatever. We're not changing. Colby says Selena Gomez. Why not that?
Yeah, sure.
Gibbs says nope. Need concession sales.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is. They're trying to sell those beers.
We got to cover our nut. The same guys that are bitching that sold their tickets to the New Yorkers are like, why don't you give us better halftime?
Oh, beer.
Yeah, man. You better have. Like, I was mad that they
respect to the
Cardi B and Wu-Tang playing.
That again is Super Bowl level stuff.
Yes.
Bro. That's like all time stuff. I've never seen anything like that.
Could have had. I mean, who knows what they would have done for Game 6? Would have been the two living Beastie Boys. I don't know, but they were going hard. We were.
Remember the little mariachi dude? We could have had him. Remember was that the last finals?
Oh, yeah.
But he's like 20 now, right? I think he's still singing. You get his ass back.
A lot we could have done. Rin says it's an international league, LOL. San Antonio Airport's an international airport. Think about all the players from all over the world that are playing. Like, to act like the NBA is not an international league is almost absurd, Rin.
Well, considering the top 5 players in the world are not from here.
Yeah. It's just... Okay. So it's a weird take to pretend like the NBA isn't an international league. I don't know.
It's kind of an international thing going on here.
Willie Nelson.
Hey, now, roll his old ass out here.
Ayatollah says the NFL never played the national anthem until after 9/11 when the Pentagon was paying owners to play it and unfurl the U.S. flag. Owners never cared until they got paid.
Wait, no, that's not true.
That's not true.
They've been playing the national anthem at football games since the 40s.
Yeah, it's always happened.
Now, it's not always the national anthem. We have
America the Beautiful,
and
or
God Bless America.
Yeah.
There's what was the New York Rangers? Weren't they known for that? They didn't play the anthem. They played God Bless America, which, that would be fine with me too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Again, it's a song. I don't care about songs. Like, I don't.
It is kind of random. Like, what if we have decided back in 1945, before every athletic endeavor, we're all going to say the Pledge of Allegiance?
It'd be weird.
But this is about the same thing.
Or it's like,
why is this more American? Because we're at a football game.
Yeah. Like, what if we're going to play the national anthem only only at doctor's appointments. So before you go to a doctor's appointment, you're going to stand at attention. Yeah, it's just such an odd thing that, okay, well, I guess it's a gathering, but like we don't do it before a concert.
No.
Like, imagine you go to see
Metallica.
You go to see Cardi B, and she's like, "Hey, before we start, can I get everyone to remove their hats and honor America?" But like, it's just weird.
I remember now. It might have only been military movie theaters. But when I was growing up, we'd go to the movies, and the national anthems played before every movie.
Yeah.
We'd stand up before the movie in the movie theater.
Adam says Knicks could pay Cardi B and Wu-Tang when charging fans over $12K for finals tickets. Well, remember, the Knicks didn't charge people $12K for finals tickets.
We found out.
The market dictated.
Well, also, Ben Stiller came out and said, like, me and Larry David. Well, Larry David might have bought his. Ben Stiller said, I didn't buy those tickets. They gave them to me. Dude, I couldn't afford to do this.
Of course. Oh, he could afford it.
That's
but
what he said. He goes, I couldn't have afforded to do this. They gave me these.
Yeah, they want. I mean, because the Knicks want to make it a show.
Yes.
They get it. They get it.
We had Spurs Jesus. I don't know what y'all are bitching about.
Now Spurs
he was
Jesus.
Second row.
Spurs
Jesus was there. The Salesian sister.
I love the Spurs as much as you do, Spurs Jesus.
So he got second. He had better seats than the mayor.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, did you guys hear the quote from the mayor where she said, "See, this is why I didn't want to build these guys a building."
Simmer down. Funny, the funny thing about that is I just saw an article in the Express that I haven't read that the end of her first year, it's not been an easy year for the mayor.
Oh, no. Ayatollah says you could tell AJ's cranky this morning, a few too many drinks coping with the weekend.
Well, yeah, I will defend my co-host here. He's allowed to be a little salty. As bad as we got it, we didn't get it twice.
Yeah.
We didn't get kicked in the nuts 2 nights in a row.
Right?
So, dude, I get to spread my agony throughout the year.
Yeah,
I got a lot more ass kickings to come before January.
I double dipped, man. And my buddy, who's also a Knights fan and an Astros fan, he was texting me. He's like, "This sucks, man." And I was like, "Well, hey, and he's a Spurs fan too." He's like, I said, "Well, good news. At least we won't have to feel this pain with the Astros this year."
True. They'll put us out of our misery long before we get to.
They've already let us know we're not going anywhere.
There are no Game 5s in our future.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me know early you're not going to contend. And quite frankly, the Knights were very similar to the Spurs in that once the playoffs started, they caught some heat there. They got a little hot and made it probably further than I expected them at the beginning of the playoffs. So getting to the final was kind of found money.
But you're there.
Once you get there, you're like, man, now it's real.
Not? Why not now? And I think the pain is the same.
Sucks, man. Sucks. And now I get to it. Now, what's next? Oh, the Bills finding a way to blow it.
Oh, man. I got heartbreak.
You're already wearing
in
a
front of me.
Cowboy shirt. You're already ready.
No, football season started. I got my Cowboys. I got heartache coming. I got Aggie pain to be delivered. It's a long year.
You're already prepared.
Spread this mayonnaise out, man.
C-Note said, "Did she really say that?" No, she did not. She did not say. This is why I wasn't going to give you guys
Everybody
this building.
simmer down. She got enough problems.
I kid.
We don't need to pile on.
I think I misread the quote. I apologize to the mayor.
You know, there have been. She has been sending demand letters to Spurs SS&E. There is some money that there's been some disputes over, and she keeps sending letters to the Spurs, and the Spurs are like, yeah, it's on the pile.
Yeah, we're busy.
We're not going to write the check until we get the pink letter. So send the final letter.
Yeah. All right. It's 8:30 on a Monday. Good time to talk about the losers. We'll do that coming up next. 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Along with the slick streets, lots of flooding in the usual spots and accidents at 90 westbound before Nogalitos. 90 westbound couples, both of those are off to the left lane. 410 southbound just past Ingram, right lane blocked with a crash. Downtown 35 upper level southbound before Alamo, that crash has 2 left lanes blocked. 1604 eastbound, the connector to 281, connector ramp blocked with an accident. Good reports of a stall at I-10 westbound at Fulton with 2 right lanes blocked, and 151 eastbound Callahan to Old Highway 90, stall left lane. Again, lots of flooding in areas. Please be very careful. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars. People don't trust car buyers. People think the price is going to be wrong, and people think it's going to be a hassle. Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is what we do at GiveMeTheVin.com, and that's what makes us America's best car buyer. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com right now and get a quote on yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Stone Oak? Head to Doghouse Beer Garden for the best gourmet all-beef hot dogs, handcrafted sausages, and premium smash burgers, all on grilled King's Hawaiian rolls. And check out their brand new menu. Watch all the games at Doghouse Beer Garden, Stone Oak. It's a full-service bar and grill with 24 rotating craft beers on draft, plus wine and signature cocktails. Open late for summer at Stone Oak Parkway in 281. See for yourself why this is where being in the Doghouse is fun. The Doghouse Beer Garden in Stone Oak.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Super Paint, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products June 12th through the 22nd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
You know, it was one hell of a season for the San Antonio Spurs, but man, the wounds of losing in 5 games in the NBA Finals are still there. We'll start the healing process Monday on The Blitz, plus Joe Reiniger returns from his vacation. The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In college baseball news, the Texas Longhorns fell to the Georgia Bulldogs 7-0. Texas will face Alabama in an elimination game later today at 1 o'clock. Finally, in the NHL, we have a new champion. The Carolina Hurricanes beat Las Vegas last night 3-0, taking the Stanley Cup 4-2. Hurricanes captain Jordan Stahl became the Conn Smythe winner. He's the oldest to ever do it at 37.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
People talking about the guy in the Dennis Rodman jersey.
I'm going to hire him as my personal security.
That is the final boss of Spurs fans. That's the guy you don't want to fight.
Dude, he was taking dudes out. He was clearing a path, man.
And that little bitch-ass Knicks fan at the end hit him and then ran away.
Oh, yeah, like, eh.
And then he tried to follow him, and like the guy was like, oh, he's not giving up. He thought that he was going to get through the crowd and just be gone. That dude followed him.
Dude, he was wrecking stuff.
Yeah, he's that's a guy. I'd watch out for him if you're in San Antonio. Maybe walk on the other side of the street.
Just use your powers for good, sir.
I hope so.
Use your powers for good.
He's like what's that guy's name on Luke Cage. Oh, yeah. He's like bulletproof. Just get people hammering on. He's like throwing them around. Hey, good for him. He put up more of a fight than the Spurs did.
At least
he won more games.
Round, yeah.
He won more games. He got more wins than.
Show up to fight.
RC says, not saying Wemby can't win, but he's starting to pile up the second place trophies. I hope that won't be his legacy, the runner-up that can't win the big one. It's early yet.
It is, but I talked about this last week. When you combine the loss with the attitude, there's a certain level of concern. Not a lot, but there's been a lot of players that have had excellent careers that thought early on there'll be nothing but rings that never put one on.
All right, let's check out the losers from the weekend.
You lose. You are such a loser.
Hello, losers.
Man, this hurts. I don't even like this. Do we have to include ourselves in this?
Yeah, kind of.
We already did all morning.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think you have to. The Spurs were definitely in the loser category, but we've done enough about them.
Well, if there's any other team, I would have them on the list. I'll tell you that.
I agree. Well, the Golden Knights should be on it too, including John Tortorella, who the Knights.
He's ride or die.
Knights made a move with him. They fired a coach that had won a Stanley Cup, hired John Tortorella, and for a good while it looked like the smart move. They finished the regular season strong, were great through the Western Conference playoffs. They wiped out the Stanley Cup favorite Colorado Avalanche, beat them in 4 games. And then in the Stanley Cup final, he stuck to his guns with his goalie.
That's the ride or die part.
And a guy who gave up 22 goals in 6 games. When you've got a Stanley Cup champion sitting on the bench, you could have brought in. And when they asked him about it, he said, Jesus Christ, that might be the dumbest question I've ever been asked. Like, he wouldn't even entertain it. And he went out on that shield. And now they don't even know if he's going to coach them next year. So he went all in on this, and he might not even be back next year.
What do you think about that?
I don't like it. That's
okay.
what I like.
That seems knee-jerk to me.
I wouldn't have fired Bruce Cassidy if you knew that Tortorella was only here for just this postseason. Get out of here with that. I hope he's back. I hope that he is a little less stubborn about his goaltending decisions. But the reason why the Knights lost is Carolina switched to their backup goalie, and he played great. And Vegas did not make a switch, and he played poorly pretty much the whole series.
Looking at the De'Aaron Harper.
The
De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper conundrum here.
Well,
had a coach that just.
Well, the difference is the young buck is the one who's out there on the ice.
I'm just talking about it. He went with what brought him, and he wasn't going to change. This is what got me here. I'm just not going to change midstream. You can applaud or you can be angry, but he's ride or die. I'll give him that. He told that goalie, "Look, man, you're my guy," and they went down together. James Harden either unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly had himself a handgun in a vehicle after a big old party at a hookah bar.
By the way,
in Houston,
you know how hard it is to illegally carry a gun in Texas?
What exactly? Seriously, you can own a gun. What exactly did he do wrong?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's got other legal stuff. I don't know if he's a felon.
Was he in a bar? Was he in the bar?
To me, that was when I read it, the only thing I could gather was he was in a place that had a posted, what do they call it? The 30-aught, like saying, no, you cannot bring a firearm in these premises, and he did. But then I read that he was in his car, so I don't know what he did wrong. I'm not sure, but
Houston police, according to the department, 3:41 a.m. obtained by booked into a misdemeanor charge of unlawful carrying of a weapon. It was found in his car.
Then, explain to me. Your car is an extension of your home.
It was within view, was not carried in a holster.
Now, no, because he would have gotten a DUI. I was going to say maybe he was under the influence.
Well, unless the test hasn't come back.
Or maybe he wasn't driving. Maybe he was. I don't know. I don't know all the details. The details haven't been released yet. But
dude, why
to illegally carry a firearm in Texas is a very difficult crime to commit. So I want to know the details. But James Harden, the fact that he was able to find a way is not surprising to me.
Again, why are you carrying the gun? You got enough money. Don't you have security that can be licensed and carry the gun for you?
Why are you trying to be Ja Harden? Is that what we're going for here? Come on, Bubba.
At least it was in Houston. It wasn't in Cleveland.
Well, that's true. I hate to call a guy who loses in a fist fight a loser because it takes a lot of balls to get in there and lock yourself in a cage with a man who wants to hurt you and embarrass you. But Ilya Topuria, who lost, he was a huge favorite, about a -500 favorite in the main event last night. I'm not calling him a loser for losing. It was a hard-ass fight, probably the best fight of the year. He's got a broken orbital bone. His face looks like a mess. His corner stopped the fight.
It looked caved in, dude.
The part that I'm going to call him a loser for, though, is he not only had his celebration dinner the night before the fight, said he went out and had his celebration dinner. He also had Justin Gaethje's name tattooed on him and crossed out on the list of legends that he's destroyed. He's got the names of Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, and Alexander Volkanovski.
He earned all those.
Tattooed and crossed out.
Did he do it beforehand, all those? Oh, so that's just what he does.
Well, no, I don't know if he did the others beforehand.
Oh, okay.
But he did this one beforehand. He's already got this tattoo.
Hey, no regrets.
And then when right now, he is in a hospital.
getting his face rebondoed.
Yes.
He looks like the dude from The Bride.
Lord.
All he needs is a zipper across his forehead. He would have been him.
What's funny is he is one of the more handsome fighters in the UFC. He's a good-looking dude, and he's a lot less good-looking.
That's past tense.
Today, a lot less good-looking today, and they had to haul him out of there. We haven't talked much about that show. Did you get to watch any of the UFC last night?
I did. It was first of all, I'm all for this. I think every president should be able to do what they want. It's a people's house, and if you want to host a people's party, this is UFC. Maybe in the future it's a basketball game. Maybe we can figure out how to play a hockey game out there at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not against what happened.
Did it rain?
Oh,
No.
it rained.
Well,
I mean, during the day. And
it rained early, and they delayed the show about 20 minutes because of wind. Okay. But then once it started, there was no hiccups.
I think it's spectacular. I mean, there's a lot of politics involved with this, but if you remove all of that and just think, this is the people's house, they got a chance to go see a people's sport. It went spectacular. I mean, it was over the top, but hey, it's our 250th, and so I'm down with what went down. Now, I would like to have seen. No, I think the card worked out great. Everybody got to see knockouts. Nobody left mad.
Yeah,
so fine night out. All the money spent.
7 fights, 7 knockouts.
Oh.
They had 80,000 people in the park next door. Just an incredible turnout.
So very cool. I'm not going to just take the politics out of it and just think of it. If this was our house and our house played host to, it might be possible someday may put some kind of basketball game on there. Again, like a hockey field or something.
It was a little odd that they had people cosplaying as Revolutionary War guys.
It was a little over the top. I'm not saying it wasn't, but again, we're celebrating 250th, and it was on TV, and we know who's behind it. But the general premise, I'm all for. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Who was it? Let me see. Raptor says handsome, and then he does like an eye raise emoji, and then
it's a relative term, but
I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity to say when someone's a handsome man.
But
because I'm damn sure comfortable enough saying when dudes are ugly.
Well, I don't know what handsome is. I've never seen that dude before. He's ugly now. He is. That pendulum is swung.
You telling me George Clooney and handsome? This is him. Hey, that's an objectively handsome dude.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a before picture, though.
That's a handsome dude, right?
Now, he's about to make a plastic surgeon a whole bunch of money. Because that right cheek is going to have to be rebuilt. There's going to be some Bondo on that one.
And he's going to have to get some tattoo removal.
No regrets.
Damn. Sucks. Well, happens to the best of us. Well,
handsome, though.
not everybody can be a winner. I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity to say when a guy is handsome or was handsome. No longer handsome.
What do you think of Baker Mayfield? Do you think of him as a physical specimen, as a dude that stays in great shape and ready to play?
No.
He's up for a new contract, and the Bucs are saying that they're a little concerned about how he treats his body.
He's fat.
He's not fat. He's just kind of.
He got a bit of a dad bod.
He's like dad bod.
He likes a cold beer.
He's pleasantly plump.
He likes the cold beer, and he's being body shamed by the Tampa Bay Bucs. Body shaming a professional athlete. Telling him, dude, you're gonna have to drop a few lb. And the thing about it is, it's not like he's missed games. It's not like he's he just enjoys a cold beer every now and again.
Yeah.
No, every day.
I mean, it's like is Luka in bad shape?
I would say yes.
First of all, let's admit it's all relative. Like I got a feeling that if Luka got on a treadmill or he would embarrass us.
Oh yes.
So is Luka in bad shape relative to some of his peers? Maybe, but compared to average Americans, Luka is running circles around us. Same with Nikola Jokic. At some point, we're like body shaming these athletes who can do things that we could never possibly imagine doing.
You're absolutely right. I just think that they're splitting hairs because that's Baker Mayfield, man. Yeah. I want Baker hungover on Sunday morning. I want him to have had a good night before.
I'm all right.
He seems
with
to
it.
play better that way.
I'm all right.
A few extra pounds.
Claymore says the introduction for the fighters was a bit cringeworthy. It was like. Most of them, I think everybody walked out with like a Medal of Honor recipient, which, by the way, am I wrong? Did the Medal of Honor used to be reserved for dead people?
Well, it seemed for a long time that's all that got them.
Like there was no living Medal of Honor winners.
We've had enough wars lately where we've had some guys still alive.
Yeah, but they're giving them out like the one guy came out in a wheelchair last night. He shot down 4 planes in Korea and has a Medal of Honor. And I was like, when I was serving, there were 0 living Medal of Honor winners. So they've given him a Medal of Honor since.
Oh yeah. I think we've added to the
numbers.
Like
we're boosting our Medal of Honor winner numbers.
Weren't you with me? We had a thing where there were 4 Medal of Honor winners not long ago, and they were all young guys.
Some of these were young guys. Yeah. I guess times have changed. Yeah, it wasn't I didn't love the walkout stuff. It was a little and especially some of the walkouts were so long.
Yeah, well that.
And
we just want to see a fight.
They had a live band play all the walkout songs, which some of it was pretty cool. Like some of the mariachi stuff was pretty cool. But when they played Tops Drop by Fat Pat when Derek Lewis came out,
not good.
It didn't hit
it's
quite
like
the
Dancing
same.
with the Stars kind of music.
It didn't hit quite the same without the lyrics and everything.
That's strange. I wonder why they did that.
I don't know. Well, that's what the president wanted. It's the president's band.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what they call it, the president's band. Yeah.
He has a band?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. If I weren't busy, I would have been the lead singer. A lot of people don't realize I have a great singing voice.
I thought they were really good about not overshowing him.
Yeah, they did a good job of that.
I mean, it was about the event.
Except, of course, everybody jumps out of the cage and wants to shake his hand. You know, but it is what it is.
Again, there's so many. Obviously, politically, there's a lot going on. But on its face, there was nothing wrong with what went down last night.
Yeah. Ren says, I don't mean to brag, but I'm in pretty good shape for a 52-year-old.
Well, good for you, Ren.
Not to brag, but I'm in pretty round shape for a 45-year-old. I'm in a shape.
I'm alive.
Not to brag, but I come here at 60 and I've already attained the body of an 85-year-old. I'm 25 years ahead of schedule. You know how hard that was?
Yeah. Very, very impressive. Let's see. Hoffman, Rob, that Las Vegas Golden Knights, they've had 4 different head coaches and 5 trips to the Stanley Cup final, 3 cup contests. Clearly, ownership and front office is no made men status for head coach. Well, they've only been to the Cup 3 times. They have had 3 coaches in the Cup, but
they've only been around for what?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
Not a bad run.
I having been a fan of a team that hadn't been there in 30, I'll take a bunch of new coaches and a couple of rings.
Yeah, I'll take
trade that. I'll trade the longevity and continuity for a couple of rings and guys that are coming and going.
Yeah, I was glad to see the military guy. And by the way, everybody who got into that show last night got in for free. Like all the military vets that were in attendance were all there for free, which was cool.
The body.
Yeah,
you couldn't be a fat boy and go watch.
No,
UFC
you had to be your body fat percentage had to be equal or lower to Trump's 4.5%.
Oh, I thought you had to look like Hegseth. Had to be able to bench as many.
4.5%. That's the standard Trump set.
Yeah.
Trump,
that's why I stayed home.
6'3", 225, like DK Metcalf.
Twisted steel and sex appeal, baby.
Metal, baby. And that's what he looked like it last night. Drew says, Mitch has made man status because he was anointed by Pop. That status is unearned. That kind of protection can be a problem if the need ever arises. Let's not pretend otherwise.
I think you made a valid point. I think,
but you know what?
There's no reason to be mad at Mitch Johnson.
But the fact that Mitch, you're right, the protection can be a problem if it ever arises. Right now, a first-year head coach made it to the NBA Finals. There's no problem with that.
He gets an A++.
Yeah.
A perfect job review and a raise. If he was in your job, your company for the annual review, and they sat down and looked at what he did, it was world class. Now, could he have done better in the last 4 games? Yeah.
Except Portland, you get fired.
There is, in fact, that.
If you're up for a raise in Portland, they fire. And that's the worst part of the Hurricanes winning is that owner got a championship.
I just don't like Condon. I'm just not
that sucks,
a fan of that
man.
Guy. Well, the good news is if you're the kind of owner that players get too much, You like this owner.
Man.
He doesn't do anything for you, man. You want a Gatorade? Just put 75 cents on your desk.
Won the freaking Stanley Cup. Pisses me off. As I was watching that series too, like I still don't like the Knicks as I watched that series. Like I never felt like, I could see how people want to root for the Knicks. Like I still find Jalen Brunson to be completely unlikable.
Some of the things they're saying about the Knicks, we do need to slow our roll.
Oh, yeah.
Is this how you build a modern NBA team?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
But as I watched the Stanley Cup, I was like, the Carolina it's a cool story. Like they've got Jordan Staal is like he won the Conn Smythe Trophy, and he's like the oldest guy ever to do it.
Yeah.
They've got a guy named Taylor Hall who was like the number 1 draft pick 20 years ago, and is like kind of had been a journeyman and is now like kind of revitalized his career.
So yeah,
there's some cool stories to it.
If you step back and just look at the city of New York, and granted, they were ripping that stuff, they were doing what New Yorkers do. But there are so many very happy people around this country today. It just people here in San Antonio, like, I was born in New York. I didn't know that. The fact that my dad wasn't alive to see this, or all those things that I remember back in '99. I'm happy for them, and I will allow their celebration to go on. I will not give them any more credit. And it's difficult to watch, but I do get the story. I mean, it is a good one.
Also, what I liked about Carolina was they didn't burn their city down. That was I thought that was the city of Raleigh is still standing today, believe it or not. So kudos to them for knowing how to behave.
Those hockey thugs running
That's right.
Raleigh.
They did the goons, the hockey goons.
They have a nickname. What do you call their guys?
I don't know.
Something to do with hurricanes. I forget.
The Caniacs.
That's it. The Caniacs.
Yeah. That's what they call
I
it.
like a Caniac.
Well, that's
the 4-piece.
It's the combo at Raising Cane's.
I like the 4-piece.
All right, let's take a break. Man, we got 1 hour left. It's been a sad day, Rob, but we're getting it all off our chest. We're getting it all off our chest.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the Morning Huddle's Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2, and then we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the Morning Huddle and cash in with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers. Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Along with the slick streets, lots of flooding in the usual spots and accidents at 90 westbound before Nogalitos. 90 westbound couples, both of those are off to the left lane. 410 southbound just past Ingram, right lane blocked with a crash. Downtown 35 upper level southbound before Alamo, that crash has 2 left lanes blocked. 1604 eastbound, the connector to 281, connector ramp blocked with an accident. Give reports of a stall at I-10 westbound at Fulton with 2 right lanes blocked, and 151 eastbound Callahan to Old Highway 90, stall left lane. Again, lots of flooding in areas. Please be very careful. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, low energy, low sex drive, low motivation. 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Synergenics, whose providers are experts in hormone health. They work to tailor their TRT plans to make sure levels are where they need to be so every patient can feel great, look great, and live their best lives. They accept most insurance plans. Get your energy, focus, and drive back by booking your free testosterone test at Synergenics.com. That's Synergenics.com.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Plumbers, today will be a good day. You will be profitable. Your clients will be nice. No one will stand over you and tell you how to fix the thing they actually hired you to fix. You will also feel at peace after switching to Progressive, America's #1 commercial auto insurer. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 commercial auto insurer from the NAIC's 2024 National Premium Data.
Soccer's biggest event in the world is here, and Twin Peaks has the best seats in the house for your favorite matchups, paired with daily goal-worthy specials. With 4 area Twin Peaks location, Twin Peaks is your home for the world's biggest soccer event. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Hey, this is Lauren. And a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's gonna add the protein that you need. The eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs season came to an end on Saturday night as the Knicks came back from another double-digit deficit to win the game 94-90. Despite the finals loss, the Spurs did finish with a pretty impressive season. They had the second-best record in the league, finals appearance, multiple postseason awards, a Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and finalists for MVP and Coach of the Year. They're betting favorites to take next year's title, followed by the Thunder, Celtics, and the Knicks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Well, happiest Monday we can make it.
God, I'm reading the debrief on the hours in New York since the win. I'm so glad we could help them out.
Yeah.
So glad we could give this to them.
Sucks. Did you see the DMs between Eric Trump and Daniel Cormier?
Was something going on there? The fix isn't in, is it?
Daniel Cormier, who is former two-division UFC champion, he is now on the broadcast team, actually on the main broadcast team for the UFC. He tweeted and then deleted a series of DMs between himself and Eric Trump. And when he tweeted it, DC said, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for bringing this to light. However, I refuse to stay silent. The UFC is a sport I'm deeply passionate about. I will not tolerate this type of insider behavior. Shame on anyone trying to ruin this beautiful event. And then he posted the DMs between himself and Eric Trump. And the first one says, "Hey, Daniel, I'm going to be attending UFC 250 tomorrow. Saw you were casting. Hope to see you there. Yo, Eric, didn't expect a DM from you. Excited to meet you and the family. Much love, brother. Anything you can tell me about the fighters tomorrow? Who you got winning? I like to stay unbiased, but I love to watch Bo Nickel fight." Okay, nothing to see there so far. Then he says, "You placing any bets?" "Nah, I'm actually not allowed to bet on any cards or anything." "Are any of the fighters injured that you know of?"
Dude, the fix is in.
He said, I'm not quite sure why you're asking me this, but I think they're all in good shape. He says, "I'll just cut to the chase. Are any of the fights tomorrow rigged? I've been eyeing the Lopez fight, and I think an upset wouldn't be too unrealistic. No, none of our fights are rigged, and honestly, I am appalled that you would even ask me something like that." And then Eric Trump, who he's since responded.
It was the cocaine talking.
And he edited his response 3 different times into like a carefully crafted thing. I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, I know DC actually tweeted it because I know a couple of people.
I've seen a screenshot.
Yeah. A couple of people that I know who I reached out to said that they actually saw it, and like when it was actually live tweeted. And these are like guys who are in MMA media that have no they would have seen it, and they've got no reason to lie about seeing it. Eric Trump is saying, "I never said any of this stuff. I don't know how this happened." So I think he's going with the hacked.
I got hacked.
I think that's the route he's going to go. Certainly wasn't trying to get over on anything.
Didn't have any money in Calci at all.
No.
Nothing. No, wouldn't do that.
What you could do is invest in the Trump coins that were available last night.
Buy a phone. What was the it was so funny. He was like, "Dude, I don't really talk about that stuff. So who's hurt?" The fire back immediately.
Yeah.
Like, so is there anybody hurt you can tell me about?
Well, I will say one thing that came good from that fight last night was, and I guess my wife was like, "Oh yeah, they'd already announced this." Mark Zuckerberg is donating a pair of Meta glasses to every blind American vet. Like if you're a blind American vet, he's getting them a pair of Meta glasses that will read things for him. Like if you hold up a menu, it'll tell you what the menu says and things like that. So,
how blind do I have to be?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know you need readers. I don't know that you're.
I'm on my way.
I mean,
you
want me to poke you in the eye?
Some. Well, no, I
I can poke you in the eye, and then you can be like, "Hey, listen, man, it's time." You get those free Meta glasses.
Free Meta glasses.
Yeah,
thanks, Mark.
Very, very cool. Are you surprised Darren Peterson, who he's visiting the Washington Wizards? They've got the number 1 pick in the draft, so he's meeting with them, and doesn't plan to visit any other team. He's going to sit like so. The Utah Jazz, who have the 2 pick, basically saying like, if the number 1 pick doesn't pick me, whoever it is just gonna have to take a shot.
So we're talking about this guy that only played half the season and would check himself out of games. That guy?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Now, I'll be honest. The top 4 places.
There's no nice place to land here.
Like I mean, Chicago at 4 certainly has they've got some banners in the rafters, but it's a poorly run organization at this point. Memphis is an absolute mess. They're probably going to get moved. Nobody wants to play in Utah, and the Wizards are a disaster, like a constant disaster.
I guess the idea of staying on the East Coast, you do have Trey, and you do have big boy just moving.
Alex Sarr.
No. They just picked up from the Mavericks.
Anthony Davis.
So there is some there. You're not going to be alone if you land in Washington. But to stand and die on this hill is a random one. Nobody in the history of this league has ever said, if Washington doesn't draft me, I don't want to go anywhere else. So at least you chose a unique place to stand.
Here's the question. Let's say A.J. Debance goes number 1. which at this point kind of feels like that's the way the wind is blowing. If you're Utah and Darren Peterson wouldn't come visit you, you draft him anyway?
Yeah.
Or in a year, like, do you say, well, we can go with a Cam Boozer or a Caleb Wilson? Maybe they're just as good.
Whoever I scout to be the best, even if he's bitching, I'm drafting him.
Really?
Yes. I mean, what's he going to do? There's no recourse. You got to come. You got to, and you'll be here for at least 3 years.
I mean, you've already seen a guy who's willing to miss games for piddly stuff.
I guess it's possible that you would just, like, I'm not going, but there's guys bitch every year about where they land. That's just the problem of the lottery system. So I know Ace Bailey did the same thing last year.
He didn't want to go to Utah either.
Go to Utah. Well, we're drafted you anyway. Come on down. And,
if you didn't want to go to Utah, maybe you should have been better and not been the sixth pick in the draft. Maybe you should have been the first or second if you want to go somewhere different.
So it's more strange to me about going to Washington than fighting Utah. Like, who the hell wants to go to Washington?
Yeah. Just an odd approach in my mind to not even look like to pretend like there's not a world where you go number 2.
And the other part of that is, if you do go number 2, there is a difference in money. You do make more as the number 1 overall than you do as the number 2 overall. Not a lot, but there is a difference.
Well, this might be. If I were his agent, I'd say, "Hey, man, maybe let's just go." Let's go say hi.
Wizards, just enjoy this while you can, man. This won't happen
since
very
when are
often.
the Wizards the pretty girl at the dance?
I'm not going anywhere but Washington. I don't want to win any more than 26 games a year ever.
Yeah, I don't get that.
You got free UFC fights in the off season.
Let's see. B. Hannon says Claymore. They're going to throw a whole show and touch on the World Cup. It's kind of the biggest thing in the world. Yeah, I mean it is. B. Hannon. I wish that we could talk about it on a deeper level. Like Rob and I admittedly are not soccer guys. I don't want to pretend that I know what I'm talking about when I really don't.
I know the Japanese team surprised me.
If you're looking for soccer stuff, it's not going to be here. It's not us. I'm not going to. I'd rather just be honest about it than pretend like I know a lot about something that I don't.
Now, I do sense there will be some momentum, and we'll talk about the games, but X's and O's, I don't know.
Yeah, this is like my pet peeve is because I watch college basketball, even though I'm not the biggest college basketball fan, partly because I bet on college basketball is why I watch so much of it. But around March, suddenly every sports talk guy knows everything about every college basketball team all of a sudden. Even though they haven't watched the hundreds of crap games that I've forced myself to watch, but they're all experts now. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert and I break down some soccer match. I don't know anything about it.
I did have a little bit of trouble with the Kurosawa 4-1-1-1 defense, but
well,
I just didn't think that was appropriate, and that's why they gave up 8 goals.
Yeah,
that's as deep as I
would
go.
Get better.
I would find better guys that kick the ball faster.
Yeah, that's
it's just my scouting
and more
report.
More
accurately, and really play for all whatever length of time these games really are, because it seems to me that the refs just decide, I got about 8 minutes. What do y'all think? We'll play 8 more minutes. Let's do 5. 5 more minutes. All right, 5 minutes.
The Giannis sweepstakes.
Now this is now let's get ready for what's coming over the next 10 days. Now the true nuts and bolts of what this league is going to look like next year is beginning. And Giannis, I just wonder, is he going to be the Giannis, Jaylen Brown, the big-time dudes, is this going to be the first part of free agency or the last?
That's a good question. I mean, if it's last, you certainly you limit your. You limit where you can go.
I know, but are there teams out there that are going to go, I would go all in for Giannis, but I don't have the time, so I'm going to make a little move? Or is everybody going, Giannis is going to be the first domino made. What's your first best offer? Let's get this out of the way. Let's get Jaylen Brown wherever he's going. Let's get Giannis going wherever he's going, and then let's get into the draft. Let's figure out what to do. Or we're going to go through the draft. We're going to go through the opening of free agency. There'll be a couple of piddling moves, and everybody waiting for the Giannis trade. And then finally, when they drop that, the rest of the league can go ahead and make their moves. I wonder which way this will go.
I've got some odds here on where Giannis will play next season, And unlike most of the time when we see these odds, the team that he plays for currently is listed in the odds.
It's not going to happen.
And they're not the favorites. So
he will no longer be a Milwaukee Buck.
Your favorites to land Giannis, the Miami Heat, minus 125.
Okay.
Second favorite, Boston, plus 175.
That's what I was thinking.
Third favorite, Milwaukee, 8-1.
I think that's wishful thinking on the behalf of a lot of NBA owners and fans, that a big-time superstar will look at the market, look around the world, and go, you know what, I'm better off in a mid-market team and helping them develop. I just don't see that happening.
Then there are 5 teams at 15-1. You tell me if any of these are realistic. Minnesota?
Absolutely it is.
Oklahoma City?
Nah.
No. Orlando?
Probably not. No. I don't, if I'm Orlando, I don't shake this thing up. I think I might have enough already.
Portland?
Oh, everything's available in Portland. Heck yeah.
That owner, you think he's going to?
Well, I mean, the owner might not pay the coach, but he'll certainly do whatever it takes to win. You know, I mean, he's got one winning thing on the other side. They just don't get free stuff. But I think Portland would be in there. They got a little bit of talent and a lot of upside, but they're way down there. I think with the two most obvious are either Atlanta or Boston.
Also 15-1, San Antonio.
That's out. That's crazy.
I think so too.
I mean, it's out there.
I mean,
I would say the Knicks would be as likely as anybody else.
The Knicks are 50-1. They're way down the list. The only other team that's 20-1 is the Brooklyn Nets. Like we talked about the Nets as a place like where if Giannis wanted to play with someone else who wanted out of their deal, like they could pair up at a place like Brooklyn. But
that place is anybody who looks at that franchise, no. Even if you brought in 2 superstars, you're still way too far away. I think we all know that Jaylen Brown, wherever he goes or however he goes, if he goes, will involve Giannis. It'll because of the salaries involved and all the things that go along with it. I think those two will be involved in the same deal.
I kind of think so too. And again, there's a chance that they end up in some neutral site where you don't see either one of them ending up a team that's willing to mortgage their future to bet on these two guys. I don't know if that works.
If you had your druthers, if you could say, all right, we're going to make this as equitable for everybody. We're going to put him on a team where he'll help, but nobody else will. No bad deal is made, but a deal is made. You make the best possible for everybody involved. Where does he land?
I think Miami.
Well, Miami is terrifying to me.
Miami needs a star. And when they let go of Jimmy Butler, by the way, I think it was the right move to move on from Jimmy Butler because I don't think Jimmy Butler was going to carry him to a title, even though he got him as close as he possibly could. But Miami's a place that they need star power, and they don't have a star.
It's terrifying to me. In the long term, initially, him landing in Boston, depending on what they give up, that could open the door for a title next year.
Well,
but Miami, I don't think would.
I assume if he lands in Boston, that Jaylen Brown is not in Boston.
Yeah, but he, Tatum, and that roster of dudes, that's a ready-made championship title run team. If they don't give up too much current talent.
The Spurs at 15-1. I know it's not going to happen.
Stop.
It's pie in the sky, but you realize now, man, all 3 of these guards are pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to give one up?
Let's play this thing out, man.
I think so too.
I mean, you made it to the finals with this, and you didn't really have any idea how to do it. And I know it's going to look pretty, and just the very thought of pairing him with whoever's left, whether it's Dylan or Steph, those two and Steph, those two and Dylan, those two and
it's one of those.
Whatever.
A trade would be built around one of those two guys if it were to happen.
Yeah. And the other one would stay, and we would have a ridiculously overly talented, super expensive roster.
And a very top-heavy roster. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't help your depth any.
We're not ready, and I don't want to put up with it. No, this is it. It's not. The timing just never worked. Sorry, no.
Would they have won the series if they had Giannis?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know. I think guard play mattered a little bit more than we thought it would have. But those two down low, rebounds, and all the stuff that didn't happen that could have. Oh man, yeah, I see it. But no,
I mean, there would be no better defensive front court in the world.
It would be. it would be absolutely nuts. It would be. I just don't see. We're not the kind of city that can afford a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's why the Spurs rarely take massive swings.
Right. So that's such a big swing. That might very well work, but if you make a mistake and you're hamstrung with all this money and all these guys that could run away, you could put this thing in a hole for 15 years if you're not careful.
Admittedly, last offseason, I would have traded Castle or Harper for a package around those guys for Giannis in a heartbeat.
But those guys turned – well, especially Harper. He is –
now I'm not sure.
We have to be legitimate here that there could be in 10 years a 1 and 1A on this team as far as how good Dylan Harper truly appears like he's going to be.
It could be like Shaq Kobe-ish.
Feels like we're headed to where it doesn't matter which guy is the greatest because they're both the best at what they do. Yeah. He is so ridiculously good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the case, and I'm really, really high on Dylan. And I love Steph Castle too, and the only reason why I bring up either one of their names is because
they're that valuable.
Because Giannis is being talked about here. If it were for any, I'm trying to. There's like maybe 3 or 4. Like you're talking. Oh, if Joker became available, would you be interested in moving one of the? Yeah, if Joker became available, I'd be interested in moving anybody not named Wemby. Quite frankly, but it's just because it's Giannis. It's like okay, I'd entertain it. I don't think the Spurs. I think the Spurs. You're right. Are averse to a big swing like this, so I think they stand pat and somebody else makes the move.
Now 3 years from now, when that next deal is up, we might be talking about Giannis again.
Yeah,
but right now, I think there's just too much on this vine that I want to see grow.
I think so too. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I'm going to give away a $50 Mellow Mushroom gift card to somebody.
So
actually, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. Right this minute, I'm going to give away $50 worth of pizza to Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak. They got a new sign I noticed the other day. It's a good looking sign. I love Mellow Mushroom. I go there pretty regularly. I'm a fan. But if you want to go try it, $50 gift card, 210-656-3776. Let's go with caller number 6. You will win yourself a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom on a Mellow Mushroom Monday. All right, we'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Commute still lots of flooding in areas. Please be very careful in and around Leon Creek, also Salado Creek, downtown 35 lower level, southbound Alamo to Laredo. That's closed due to flooding. And also some ponding water on I-10 on the frontage road westbound Medical to Wurzbach. Still working accidents. I-10 eastbound 410. The off-ramp partially blocked as well. Got a right lane blocked in downtown 35 upper level, southbound before Alamo. 2 left lanes blocked with an accident. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on RockAuto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The next rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
Ever tried answering emails with kids running through the house? Coldplay Cove is the better way to work and parent. A modern family space where you can grab coffee, work, recharge, and connect while your child safely learns and plays nearby. Built for families, rooted in community. Learn more at ColdplayCove.com.
Summer's hottest deals are officially here at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a $369 a month lease payment on a 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom. Right now, 0% APR for 60 months on any 2026 Silverado 1500. Or get 2.9% financing on the 2026 Traverse or Trax LT. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes from Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or alawyerforus.com.
This World Cup update on San Antonio Sports Star is brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is your home to soccer's biggest event in the world. Get all your updates live on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM. And get to Twin Peaks to catch your favorite matchups paired with daily goal-worthy specials. Twin Peaks is your home for the world's biggest soccer event.
Western One Sports presents this World Soccer Update. Second day in a row, a tiny nation makes its World Cup debut. Yesterday was Curacao. That didn't go well for them, a 7-1 drubbing by Germany. Today in Atlanta, Cape Verde, also with a population smaller than Wyoming and taking on a powerhouse in Spain. Spaniards have an 18-year-old phenom, Lamine Yamal. He's got a leg injury, may not play much today. They don't figure to need him, but that's a name to remember later on. This is Egypt's fourth World Cup. It's second since 1990. It's third since 1934. Egypt has never won a game today, facing Belgium in Seattle. New Zealand has never won a World Cup game. 3 losses back in 1982 by a combined 12-2, and then 3 ties in 2010. The Kiwis played tonight in L.A. against Iran. Uruguay won the first World Cup in 1930. Another 20 years later today in Miami, it's Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. John Stashower, Westwood One Sports.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gear up for the games this summer. Henkel's Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win the new 2026 U.S. Men's National Team jersey and U.S. Soccer Store gift cards. Everything you need to show up and support the home team, so don't miss out. No purchase necessary. Starts May 16th and ends June 15th, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Visit HenkelSoccerSweeps.com for official rules. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Woo! Yeah. People arguing over where Giannis would want to live.
Miami. If you're not arguing Miami #1, you're crazy.
Well, I mean, Giannis has lived in Milwaukee. I think anywhere is kind of like a...
Yeah, but he's from Greece. He's a beach guy.
By the way, great commercial, Kalshi commercial last night for Giannis. Ran during the UFC card.
It ran during the finals, too. I think. He's got a new ad campaign anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that I saw last night, though, was talking about where he's from, Greece.
No, that I haven't heard that.
And then they dressed him up like a character from the Grease movie.
Oh, who was he? Was he Danny?
Yeah.
Danny Zuko in leather?
Yeah.
Not that Grease.
No, so it was pretty funny little play on it. But yeah, I'm guessing you're going to see a lot of that commercial over the next coming weeks. But and then on the disclaimer it says Giannis cannot place wagers on the NBA. Obviously. Cannot trade on the NBA. That's what they call it.
Unless
trading.
your name is Sorsby and you play college football, then
you can.
Okay.
Well, it's not gambling; it's trading.
That's right.
You can trade.
You're trading with one other trader, and you're not paying any juice. You're paying a fee.
That's right.
Now, when we gave that list of Giannis, I know we got some Huddle on Hollywood in here in a second. There were some teams on that weren't on that list that I was kind of surprised.
Okay.
Like, why isn't Dallas on that list?
Dallas is 50-1.
So you'd have thought that if I'm Dallas, I'm swinging for the fences right about now. I've only got one guy on my two. I've got Kyrie and I've got Cooper. Everything else is expendable. I would be in every phone call if I was them.
I'd be interested.
They're
in
a market that needs him. They're a franchise that certainly needs a shot in the arm. I was shocked to hear that. And also, you know, Houston has a history of swinging for the fences and going for some big names, and they got some things to move to. I'm kind of surprised that they're not higher listed on here.
Could you trade KD for?
Again,
I mean, it makes Milwaukee, at least gives them some hope of relevance.
I'd sit and Şengün, while being very, very good, we start talking Giannis and short-term prospects, I would be willing to listen. So those are a couple of teams that are closer to winning than the ones that are being listed. Then I would be surprised if they weren't at least involved in a call or two.
Yeah. TJ says, yo, AJ, did you watch Freedom 250? Some guy put $150K on Justin Gaethje to win and won $700K. Yeah,
nice.
Huge swing. Someone also put $500K on Alex Pereira, and he lost. So lost $500,000 on that one. I lost on that fight too, but just not $500,000.
Young Trump who didn't get the info he needed.
He didn't get. Yeah.
I was told he was hurt.
Yeah. He was trading under the name Latina. It said someone under the name Latina has made a $500,000 wager on Kalshi.
Latina?
Yeah.
It's like Carlos Danger. All right.
Ron Mexico. I think that was Eric Trump's code name. It's got to be. All right, Vic. We've got you know what? I'll save the Spy Kids for Huddle on Hollywood when we come back. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, there's nothing I hate more than dishonest business practices. So I built the company GiveMeTheVin.com around this slogan. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. At GiveMeTheVin.com, we show up at your house, check in hand, pay off your payoff. It's just that simple. GiveMeTheVin.com.
We're the only 5-star BBB rated card buyer out there.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, Big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com. It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of San Antonio is offering buy 2 windows, get 3rd free, and no interest if paid in full within 12 months. No promo payments due. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2026.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
You know, it was one hell of a season for the San Antonio Spurs, but man, the wounds of losing in 5 games in the NBA Finals are still there. We'll start the healing process Monday on The Blitz, plus Joe Reiniger returns from his vacation. The Blitz, Monday at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In college baseball news, the Texas Longhorns fell to the Georgia Bulldogs 7-0. Texas will face Alabama in an elimination game later today at 1 o'clock. Finally, in the NHL, we have a new champion. The Carolina Hurricanes beat Las Vegas last night 3-0, taking the Stanley Cup 4-2. Hurricanes captain Jordan Stahl became the Conn Smythe winner. He's the oldest to ever do it at 37.
The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey! Spy Kids 25th anniversary screening and celebration.
It's a party.
At the Aztec Theater, July 11th.
I imagine Robert Rodriguez will be in attendance.
I would imagine.
One of our own.
Robert Rodriguez, a good guy. He's been on my show before. I'm a fan, an unabashed fan.
I went to, for those who know, an axe retreat with his father.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Edwin was in here talking about Spy Kids. He loves Spy Kids. I'll be honest, I've never seen it.
Oh, I have years ago. I mean, it came out when my kids were younger, so that was part of the. It's a good movie. Yeah, it's worthy of a celebration.
I think like Edwin was like, "Oh yeah, I watched it," and then he asked how old my kids were, and he was like, "Yeah, I guess you just were like in that range where my kids were too young for it, and I was too old for it."
Mine were right of that age. I saw it at the theaters more than once. It was on VHS. It was played quite often in the Thompson Casa.
Well, the 25th anniversary screening and celebration down at the Aztec on July 11th. If you'd like to attend, let's go with caller number 4, 210-656 ESPN, 210-656-3776. We like to talk about what's going on in Hollywood here in this segment, and Claymore brought up that Sydney Sweeney was in attendance at the game.
I know. I saw photos.
I did too, and I got to be honest. This is a very hot take. Very hot take. Sydney Sweeney is not that hot when she's not naked.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
I don't think Sydney Sweeney's pretty. Like I think she is very mid unless she's naked.
I've seen her. I didn't see her there. I saw her at another event from about 25 yards. No, she's smoking hot.
Okay.
I'm not going to disparage.
I mean, the body's great.
Even the face to me is fine. I have no qualms. Solid 10 no matter where you are. Now, I wish she would have been a little bit more skimpily dressed. T-shirt wasn't for me, but her and Scooter Braun cut quite a dashing couple. You find her mid. I find that interesting because she is the girl of the moment right now.
I mean, listen, when she's on that show and she's topless, dude, she is 11 out of 10. She knows how to play up her assets, but
and her front side.
I just don't think she's.
I do.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying like she's ugly.
Oh, I know you're not, but I think she is all that she thinks she is.
Okay. Something happened over the weekend. First time in history that this has happened.
Not the 29-point loss.
Well, that happened
I'm
also.
gun shy now, so.
We got our first trillionaire in human history. Trillionaire. It's hard to put into perspective. But Elon Musk, SpaceX's stock rose to $150 a share on Friday.
Yep.
And that boosted Elon Musk's fortune up to $1.1 trillion. If you took $1 bills and stacked them, it would reach more than a quarter of the distance between the Earth and the moon. The Earth and the moon, Rob.
Well, he could break up his income 1,000 times and still be a billionaire. He could create 1,000 billionaires by breaking it up 1,000 times.
Isn't that crazy?
A trillion is 1,000 billion.
Oh my gosh. He could, if his worth is higher than the gross domestic product of 197 countries. If Elon Musk bought every NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB franchise and the top 10 most valuable soccer franchises in the world, he would still have just under $400 billion left in the bank.
He's an American citizen, and he put as much into the Social Security system last year as I did.
That doesn't seem fair.
Just swallow that for a second.
Yeah, I don't like that.
He put as much money into Social Security as I did. A talk radio host here in San Antonio. He put as much in as I did. No more.
No less.
Just as much.
Yeah. Well, he's not being he's not being taxed as hard as
You can make your decision on whatever. I'm not saying anything pro or con. I'm just telling you that the first trillionaire put as much money into the Social Security system as I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. That doesn't make me feel good about life. It does not make me feel good about life. Doesn't seem well, you know how I feel about taxation in general. I think taxes are stealing, and I don't think that's fair anyway. But he is certainly not paying the same amount that I am, which bothers me a little bit. Or
by the percentages.
And finally, this is GTA 6 is coming out in November, and there's a new game coming out to go against it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Grand Theft Auto 6, November 19th release.
That's going to, you talk about $1 billion.
And they're like, everybody's like, oh, it's going to just own the entire the entire gaming industry for a while. But apparently, this game that has been,
is it a new one?
I think it's a remastered game.
Is it Red Dead?
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is coming out, and if you're not familiar with it, that's okay. It was a GameCube game back in 2002 that was kind of a cult hit, and they've remastered it, and they are looking to give it a second wind. It is.
Is it done by Atari?
Yeah. Right. So the original game had kind of it was kind of rubbery, like, you know what I mean? Like
I didn't play it.
Okay.
I didn't get into first-person shooter games until much later than most.
But they're making this a little more glossy, and like basically it's you're a monster. You go and smash cities. It's not a very deep game. It's a casual competitive game, they say. But
that means more people will play it.
Yes, that's what they're saying. They say you're bench pressing Godzilla, tossing him into a skyscraper, and this is the kind of game they think that can. It's got like Gojira, it's got King, it's got all the monsters in it, but it's the only game they believe can have any kind of a chance to counter program GTA 6.
You're not counter programming. Everybody's going to buy GTA, and they might buy this one too, but if it comes between one or the other, GTA is getting bought.
I think you're probably right.
It's ridiculous, the market share that label has.
Well, you get to smack the hose, Rob.
Of course, man, it works.
Yeah. All right, we have got one segment remaining today. In the final segment, we will not be discussing the lines for an NBA Finals game.
Not for months and months and months.
Or a Stanley Cup final game.
Not for months and months and months.
And that makes me very, very sad. But we still have lines to discuss. We'll do that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two, now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the Next Rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. This Father's Day, skip the boring gifts and make memories that actually matter at CoPlay Cove. Join the Blitz of San Antonio Sports Star live at CoPlay Cove for a family-focused Father's Day celebration built for dads, kids, and modern families. Enjoy Dad and Me indoor sports activities, coffee and energy drink tastings, giveaways, raffles, and non-stop family fun. All in a space designed for modern parents to connect, recharge, and enjoy quality time together. Built for families rooted in community. Get your tickets now through the events page at coplaycove.com.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinigle here for DraftKings Sports. Did you know that DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states? Yes, that means us right here in Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Texas. Whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or late at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 941 SportsStar, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. That's code 941 SportsStar in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim. Issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms dkng.co/prediction. Promo.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone. 100% of them can get their T levels back. Synergenics tailors their TRT to make sure levels are where they need to be. They even take insurance. Head to Synergenics.com to book your free testosterone test today.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What's this song, Vic?
First time by Lifehouse. Having computer issues, that's just what I had ready.
The first time I've ever heard this.
Yeah.
So it's an appropriate name.
Yeah, I never heard this.
Yeah.
Why is it on a hotkey? Was it ever hot?
No. I just put it on there because, yeah.
Oh, I have heard this song. Okay.
It sounds like the backdrop for a mid-2000s rom-com.
Yeah.
They're riding a bike through a park.
Yeah. A Friends spinoff.
Falling in love. We're getting the montage where the city is actually the star as well.
Yeah.
Well, since Vic's having computer problems, I'll just do this.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Well, the NBA season has come to a close. 16-3, the Knicks went in the NBA playoffs.
I'm
Pretty
going to make
incredible.
a bold prediction. Spurs win it all right now. I want to bet $1,000. How much would I win?
If you bet $1,000 today that the Spurs win the title next year, your payout would be $3,500. So you would be getting $2,500 in profit off of that. They are 5-2. They are your ever so slight favorites to be the NBA champions next year.
This is the best it's going to be all year, as far as positive.
You think?
I think the closer we get, the more they'll realize that, hey, these Denver guys, they're pretty good. That Oklahoma City team, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I think this is
I think the number will get worse, so don't bet today.
Yeah, I would not bet today.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you caught up on your emotions right now.
Wait a minute. That Denver team still got that guy Jokic. He's pretty good and all the other stuff. So.
Now, Oklahoma City, remember last year, Oklahoma City, it was like maybe, I think the third time since they'd been tracking preseason odds that the preseason favorite had been minus money. And, of course, Oklahoma City did not win the title, so people are feeling a little burned. Oklahoma City 13-5, which equates to plus 260. So just 10 cents more than what the Spurs would pay out, but big jump from last year where they were minus money to win it. The Celtics are plus 550 as your third favorites. The New York Knicks to become the first repeat champ in 10 years now?
It's been 8 consecutive.
Oh, so it'll be 9 now.
Yeah,
they are 6-1 to do it.
It's funny, even this close, people already saying, they can't do this again.
Okay, so think about that. Spurs plus 250, Thunder plus 260, Celtics plus 550, Knicks plus 600. The fifth favorite, 28-1. Yeah. It is a big jump after those 4 teams to the Denver Nuggets, 28-1. The Lakers are also 28-1, as are the Timberwolves and the Indiana Pacers, who apparently they believe that Tyrese Halliburton is
one bad wheel away.
Is Michael Jordan 2.0. Good luck with that.
Now, this is before any wheeling and dealing.
Yes.
So I do think there's going to be one more team added to this. Not taken off this list. Everybody on this list is going to stay. I think there's going to be another one show up when they land a Giannis or when they land a player or two.
Here's the deal, though. They are baking in the fact that Giannis isn't going to be in Milwaukee.
But we don't know where he's going to be. Though.
No. The Bucks are 250-1.
Yeah.
They have the same odds as the Brooklyn Nets.
And should.
So, yeah. Now, obviously, if they have Giannis, 250-1 is a dream.
Right.
That's not going to happen, though. One team I was a little surprised that their odds are so long is the Houston Rockets. The Rockets, 66-1.
Wow. Well, I think
a team that's going to get they're going to get a point guard
but
back.
A year older, not always electric, but solid. So maybe he's not going to be enough. I think that we saw that team as currently constructed, there's probably only 2 guys you want to keep. One of them, Thompson, for sure, and Sengun. Maybe the third guy, the forward, what's his name, Jabari.
But as of now, you still have Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
who is, he's certainly got an arrow down, but
do you think he'll still be there?
I don't know.
I think Houston is a better team than that, for sure.
If he is still there, 66-1 is good value.
I do agree. And they're going to do something, too. I can't imagine they coming back in just saying all we needed was Van Vliet. They need more than that, but he'll certainly help.
The Dallas Mavericks are 125-1.
There. Yeah, that makes sense. I saw some highlights of Kyrie. Kyrie's looking pretty good, man. This dude's ready to come back and play. So that's 10, 15 games right there.
Here's what I will say. And there are serious people who, like if you said you can start your franchise with one guy, I think almost everybody would say Wemby. I think after him, they might say Cooper Flagg.
It'd be hard to argue.
The Cooper Flagg is that level of a prospect. If he's going to do that, then maybe he's able to take a big step next year.
And Kyrie, man, you add the top 4 point guard in the league right off the top, they're going to be better.
Grizzlies 500-1, Bulls 700-1, and bringing up the rear, Sacramento 1,000-1. All right, we'll be back. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. The Blitz coming up at 2 o'clock. They'll break down the Spurs season.